Hello all. Today we are going to solve IBPS Probationary Officer Prelims paper 15th October 2022 Shift 2 paper. Before moving, a very best of luck to you all. If you want to practice all the questions from this paper and many more entrance exam question papers, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. So let's start with question number 31. Here, questions from 31 to 35 are based on the below information. So, three companies A, B, and C manufacture two types of bottles. They are steel and copper. Total number of bottles manufactured by the company is 1000, and the ratio between number of copper bottles manufactured by A and the number of steel bottles manufactured by B is 13:17. The total number of copper bottles manufactured by C is 164, and the number of copper bottles manufactured by B is 25 more than the same type of bottles manufactured by A. The 14.28% of the number of copper bottles manufactured by B is equal to 1/9 of the total number of steel bottles manufactured by C. The number of steel bottles manufactured by A is 122, which is 21 less than the number of copper bottles manufactured by the same company. Here the question is, find the average number of steel bottles manufactured by A, B, and C. Let us consider these informations one by one. Here, we'll consider company name. So, there are three companies, A, B, and C. They manufacture two types of bottles, steel bottles and copper bottles. Right? So, consider the first one. Here, total number of copper bottles manufactured by company C is 164. Therefore, C manufactures 164 bottles. Right? And the next one is the number of steel bottles manufactured by A is 122. Steel bottles manufactured by A is 122. So, which is 21 less than the number of copper bottles manufactured by the same company. So, therefore, company A manufactures 122 plus 21 copper bottles, right? So, which is equal to 143, right? And the next point is the number of copper bottles manufactured by B. So, this part is 25 more than the same type of bottles manufactured by A. That means, so number of copper bottles manufactured by B is 143 plus 25. So, 25 more than the same type of bottles manufactured by company A. Right? So, number of copper bottles manufactured by company A plus 25 gives 168. Therefore, company B manufactures 168 copper bottles. Right? And the next part is the 14.28% of the number of copper bottles manufactured by B is equal to 1/9 of the total number of steel bottles manufactured by C. So, we'll consider this relationship. So, now 14.28%. So, 14.28% of copper bottles manufactured by B, company B, by B is equal to 1/9 of steel bottles manufactured by C. Steel bottles by C. Right? So, therefore, 14.28% means 14.28 divided by 100 into copper bottles manufactured by B. So, B manufactures 168 copper bottles is equal to 1/9 into, so steel bottles by C. So, number of steel bottles manufactured by C. Right? Therefore, so manufactured by C. So, steel bottles manufactured by C is equal to, So 9 into 14.28 into 168 divided by 100. Right? Therefore, so we can simplify it as, so 9 into 14.28 into 168 gives 21,591.36 divided by 100. It gives 215.91 something, so which is approximately equal to 216. Therefore, company C manufactures 216 steel bottles. Therefore, so 216 steel bottles by company C. So now we have to find number of steel bottles manufactured by company B. Here it is given that there are totally 1000 bottles. So total bottles are 1000. 1000. Therefore, so B manufactures. So number of steel bottles by B. Bottles by company B is equal to total bottles minus sum of all these numbers. 122 plus 143, 122 plus 143 plus 168, 164, 168 plus 164 plus 216, right? 216, 216. So this gives, so number of steel bottles by B is equal to, so 187, right? Company B manufactures 187 steel bottles, right? Therefore, so 187. Here the question is average number of steel bottles manufactured by A, B and C, right? So total steel boxes manufactured by these companies are, so 9 plus 6, 15. So 10 plus 2, 12 and 525, right? So total manufactured steel bottles are 525. Therefore, average is equal to, so total bottles, steel bottles divided by, so manufactured by 3 companies, right? Divided by number of companies, right? So total steel boxes are 525 divided by, there are 3 companies. Therefore, 3 into 1 into 7. So 175 is the average number of steel bottles manufactured by 3 companies, right? Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 32. The total number of copper bottles in shop C is what percentage of the total number of steel bottles manufactured by all the shops? So, shop C or company C manufactures 164 copper bottles. Therefore, so shop C manufactures 164 copper bottles. And total number of steel bottles manufactured by all the shops or all the companies. So total steel bottles manufactured by all the shops is equal to, so totally it is 122 plus 184 plus 216. So 15, we'll get 525, right? Steel bottles. So total steel bottles are 525. Therefore, required percentage is, so number of copper bottles manufactured by shop C, so which is 164, is what percentage of into 100 of total number of steel bottles manufactured by all the three shops, right? 525. So which is equal to, simplify it, you will get 25 into 4, 25 into 21, right? So you will get 164 into 4 divided by 21. So approximately you will get 31.23. So which is approximately equal to 32%. So the correct answer is approximately 32%. Option C is the right answer. Question 33. The number of copper bottles manufactured by shop D is 25% more than the number of steel bottles manufactured by shop C. Find the ratio of copper bottles manufactured by shop A and D. Here, so let us consider another shop or company D. Here, copper bottles manufactured by shop D. So this part is 25% more than, that is 125% of. So 25% off. So if it is so off, then it will be 25% off. If it is 25% more than, then the answer will be 125% off the number of steel bottles manufactured by shop C. So here shop C manufactures 216 steel bottles. Therefore, so company D manufactures 125% of 216 copper bottles, right? Now we have to find the ratio of copper bottles manufactured by shop A. So 143 and D. So the answer 125% of 216, right? Now let us consider copper bottles manufactured by company D, right? So copper bottles manufactured by D is equal to 125% of 216. That is 125 into 216 divided by 100, right? Simplify it. So 25 into 5, 25 into 4, you'll get 4 into 5, 4 into 4. So you will get 220. 270, sorry, 270, right? Therefore, company D manufactures 270 copper bottles. So we need the ratio of copper bottles manufactured by A and D here. Therefore, ratio of copper bottles manufactured by A and D. Manufactured by A and D is equal to A manufactures 143 copper bottles, whereas D manufactures 270 copper bottles. Therefore, the required ratio is 143 is to 270. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question 34. Find the difference between the total number of steel and copper bottles manufactured by all the shops. Here, company A, shop in the sense company, as per the first question here. So, company A manufactures 122 steel and 143 copper boxes and so on. Here, let us find the total number of steel bottles manufactured. So, total steel boxes are 525. So add all these numbers. And total copper bottles are, so 475. Right? Now, we need the difference between these two numbers. So the required difference is, so difference between total number of steel bottles and copper bottles, right? So 525 minus 475. So the difference is 50, right? Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question 35. If the cost price of each copper bottle sold by shop B is 250 rupees and the cost price of steel bottles is 20% more than the copper bottles, then find the total amount earned on selling bottles by shop B. Here, shop B sells each copper bottle for 250 rupees. Therefore, selling price of 168 copper bottles. Here, cost price of each copper bottle is equal to its selling price, right? Then, cost price of each steel bottle. Steel bottles is 20% more than the copper bottles, right? So, 20% more than copper bottles means 120% of price of copper bottles. Then, find the total amount earned on selling bottles by shop. So, total selling price of both the steel bottles and copper bottles, right? We have to find. So, let us go step by step. Here, selling price of each copper bottle. Each copper bottle is equal to 250 rupees by only shop B, right? Therefore, so though the cost price is given, each bottle is sold at its cost price, right? Therefore, cost price is equal to selling price here. So, selling price of there are 168 coppers manufactured by company B. Therefore, selling price of 168 copper bottles is equal to 250 into 168, which is 42,000 rupees. So, selling price of 168 copper bottles is 42,000 rupees. And next part of the question. Cost price of steel bottles is 20% more than the copper bottles. So, here, so again, steel bottle is sold at its cost price. Therefore, selling price. You can consider even cost price also. So, both are same. Selling price of each steel bottle is equal to 20% more than copper bottles. So that is 120% of 250 rupees selling price of each copper bottle, right? Or you can consider it as 250 plus 20% of 250. Both are same, right? Now 120% of 250 means 120 by 100 into 250. So 5 into 2, 5 into 5 and 2 into 60. So 300 rupees is cost price of each steel bottle or selling price of each steel bottle. Therefore, selling price of, there are totally 187 steel bottles manufactured by company B. Therefore, selling price of 187 steel bottles is equal to, so 300 into 187, you will get 56,100 rupees. Therefore, the question is, so find the total amount earned on selling bottles by shop B. So, total amount earned is equal to total selling price, right? Total selling price of both copper bottles and steel bottles. Here, selling price of copper bottles is equal to 42,000 plus selling price of 187 steel bottles, 56,100. You will get 98,100 rupees. Therefore, total amount earned is 98,100 rupees. Option C is the right answer. Question 36. The ratio of present ages of P and Q is 3:4. The ratio of their ages 27 years, hence would be 9:11. If P is 9 years younger than Q, then what would be the present age of Q? It is given that their present age ratio is 3:4. That means if 3x is present age of P, then 4x will be the present age of Q. And it is given that P is 9 years younger than Q. That means 4x minus 3x, that is Q minus 3. Age of Q minus age of P is equal to 9 years, which is 4x minus 3x is 9 years. Therefore, x is equal to 9. So, what is the present age of Q here, right? So, Q is 4 into 9, 36 years old, right? So let us write one by one here. Let present age of P and Q be 3x and 4x respectively. Therefore, by question, P is 9 years younger than Q. That means Q minus P is equal to 9 years. Age of Q minus age of P is 9 years. So Q is 4x years old minus P is 3x years old. So which is 9 or x is equal to 9. Therefore, present age of Q is equal to, so it is 4x, 4 into 9, 36 years, right? So present age of Q is 36 years. Option A is the right answer. So here the ratio of their ages. So 27 years hence would be 9:11. This is an additional information. So this information is not needed to solve this problem. So only their present age and their age difference, right? So therefore option A is the right answer. Question 37. P can do a task in 30 days. Q is 50% more efficient than P. R can do the same work in 10 days less than Q. If R and Q start task together and after X days they left the task and P completed the remaining task in X plus 8 days, then find the value of X. Here, R and Q start their work at first and they worked for X number of days. Right? They left the work and P completes the remaining work in X plus 8 days. So here we need to find the value of X. It is given that P can do the complete task in 30 days. So if the complete task or complete work to be done be W units, right? So if you consider, let the total task be W units. So if P takes 30 days to complete the whole task, right? P takes 30 days. So what is efficiency of P, or P is 1 day work? P is 1 day work or P is efficiency is equal to, we know that work is equal to efficiency into time, right? So efficiency is work by time, total work is W, by time is 30 days. Right? P is 1 day work is W by 30. Whereas Q is 50% more efficient than P. So Q takes, since efficiency is inversely proportional to time. So efficiency inversely proportional to time. So more efficiency means Q takes less number of days compared to P. So it is 50% more efficiency means Q's efficiency is 150% of P's efficiency. 150% of P's efficiency and inversely proportional to time. Therefore, time taken by Q is 2/3 of 100 by 150. So it is not 150 by 100. It is 100 by 150. So 2/3 of number of days taken by P. So for your understanding, I'm writing 100 by 150 of 30 days. So which is equal to 20 days. Q takes 20 days to complete the same amount of work. Therefore, Q's 1 day work is W by 20. Whereas R can do the same work in 10 days less than Q. Therefore, so R takes 10 days less than Q. 20 minus 10 days, which is 10. And R's 1 day work is, so what is R's 1 day work? W by 10. And at first R and Q start their task and they worked for X number of days, right? Therefore, R and Q's 1 day work 1-day work. So if they start working together, their total 1-day work will be W by 10 plus W by 20, which is 3W by 20 is their 1-day work, but they worked for X number of days. Therefore, R and Q's X days work. X days work is 3XW, right? So 3XW by 20. 3XW by 20. X days work, right? So they worked for X number of days and the amount of work done by R and Q is 3XW by 20. And the remaining work is done by P. What is the remaining work then? Here number of days taken by P is X plus 8 days and efficiency of P is W by 30. So efficiency into time gives work done by P, right? Therefore, so work done by P is equal to, so efficiency into time, P's efficiency is W by 30 into time taken by P is X plus 8 number of days. So we can write work done by R and Q plus work done by P is equal to total work, right? So R and Q together, they do 3XW by 20 amount of work, whereas P does W by 30 into X plus 8. W by 30 into X plus 8 is equal to total work is W, right? Here LCM is 60, 3XW into 3 plus, so WX plus 8W into 2, because 30 into 2 is 60 is equal to W. So we'll simplify to get the value of X. So 9XW plus 2XW plus 16W is equal to 60W. Am I right? Yes. Now, so 9XW plus 2XW, 11XW is equal to 60W minus 16W, which is 44W. Therefore, X is equal to 44W by 11W, which is 4. So, X is number of days taken by R and Q, right? So, find the value of X, which is 4 days. The unit is 4 days. Therefore, value of X is 4. Option B is the right answer. Question 38. The difference between the compound interest and simple interest on a sum of money deposited for 2 years at 5% per annum is 15 rupees. What is the sum of money deposited? Here, let us assume sum of money deposited or principal be X rupees. Here, both compound interest and simple interest are calculated based on the deposited money, right? Therefore, both compound interest and simple interest will be in terms of deposited money. Right. Here, let us assume sum of deposit or principal be X rupees. Right. And X rupees of money deposited for 2 years. That is, time period is 2 years at 5% rate of interest. R is 5%. And the difference between compound interest and simple interest is 15 rupees. Right? So compound interest minus simple interest difference is 15 rupees. Both compound interest and simple interest are in terms of X rupees because both are calculated based on the deposited money. Therefore, let us find the value of compound interest and simple interest using the formula. So compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus rate by 100 to the power of time minus principal, right? Which is equal to, here deposited sum is X rupees into 1 plus rate is 5% by 100 to the power of 2 minus X. You will get So x into 105 by 100 to the power of 2 minus x. So 105 by 100 so can be written as 21 by 20. So both the numbers are divisible by 5. Therefore, we can write by taking x as common 21 into 21 by 20 into 20 minus x minus 1. Right? Therefore, so x into so 441 minus here 400 is the LCM minus 400 into x is the compound interest. Therefore, 41 by 400 x is compound interest. Right? So compound interest is in terms of deposited sum. Right? In terms of principal. Next, find the simple interest. So simple interest by the formula PTR by 100, which is equal to principal is x rupees, time is 2 years, R is 5% by 100. So it is 10x by 100. Right? And the difference between compound interest and simple interest is 15 rupees. So we'll consider that part. Therefore, 41x by 400 minus 10x by 100 is equal to 15 rupees. Where 41x by 400 is compound interest and 10x by 100 is simple interest. Here 400 is LCM. Therefore, 41x minus 40x gives 15. Therefore, x is equal to 15 into 400, which is 6,000 rupees. Therefore, sum deposited. So, what is the sum of money deposited? So, which is 6,000 rupees. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question 39. A vessel contains some mixture of water and alcohol in the ratio 2:1. 12 liters of mixture is removed and replaced with water, and the final ratio becomes 4:1. What is the amount of alcohol in the initial mixture? So let us consider initial mixture of water and alcohol. So initial mixture ratio is 2:1. So we'll consider water and alcohol ratio 2:1. So let the initial quantity of water be 2x liters and alcohol be x liters because the ratio is 2:1. Right? So when 12 liters of mixture is removed, so consider another case. So removed quantity. Removed quantity is 12 liters of mixture. Right? 12 liters of mixture. So here mixture of water and alcohol in the removed quantity. Again 2:1, same mixture. So out of 12, 8 liters will be water quantity and 4 liters will be alcohol quantity. Removed quantity of water and alcohol, right? Because the ratio is 2:1. Therefore, what is the remaining quantity? Remaining mixture will be, so here, so out of 2x water, 8 liters are removed. Therefore, removed quantity of water will be 2x minus 8 and alcohol is x minus 4. Right? This is the remaining mixture. So, again, 12 liters of water. So, it has been added. So, it is given that 12 liters of mixture is removed and replaced with water. So, 12 liters of water is added here. Therefore, the new mixture becomes, this is the new mixture. Here, in this mixture, water quantity is 2x minus 8 plus 12 liters are added and alcohol quantity remains the same, x minus 4. And the final ratio becomes 4:1. Therefore, we'll consider final ratio is equal to, so 2x minus 8 plus 12 divided by x minus 4. Right? So 2x minus 8 plus 12. So 2x plus 4 divided by x minus 4 is equal to 4:1. 4 by 1. Simplify it. 2x plus 4 is equal to, so x minus 4 into 4. So 4x minus 16 Therefore, 2x is equal to 20. So the value of x is 10. So which is initial quantity of alcohol. Quantity of alcohol is 10 liters, right? Therefore, the question is, what is the amount of alcohol in the initial mixture? It is 10 liters. Option D is the right answer. Question 40. A started the business with the investment of 36,000 rupees and B and C joined him with some investments after 3 and 6 months. The profit is divided in the ratio 2:3:5 at the end of the year. Find the difference between the investment made by B and C in the business. Here, A invested 36,000 at first, right? So, investment is 36,000 rupees. So for 12 months, for 1 year, right? Whole 1 year. And B and C joined him with some investment after 3 and 6 months. That means B invested first compared to C, right? After 3 months, B invested in the business. And after B, that means after 6 months, C invested. So time duration for C is only 6 months, whereas for B is 9 months. Right? At the end of the year, they received their profit and the profit ratio is given. So profit ratio is 2:3:5. We know that profit is directly proportional to investment into time. Investment into time. So the profit ratio is nothing but the ratio of their investment into time, right? So let us find the ratio of their investment into time and equate that ratio to 2:3:5. Assuming B's investment as X and C's investment as Y, right? Then only we can find the difference between B's and C's investment, right? So let us consider the ratio first. So profit is proportional to investment into time and the ratio of investment into time, right? Considering X and Y as B's and C's investment respectively. So let X and Y be investments of B and C respectively. B and C respectively, right? And investment of A is 36,000, right? So profit is proportional to investment into time, right? So profit ratio is equal to 2:3:5. It is given, right? What is profit ratio? Ratio of investment into time, right? So investment of P into time. So P's time is 12 months, right? And investment of investment of A, right? Investment of A into time, investment of B into time is to investment of C. C into time is equal to 2:3:5, right? So investment of A is 36,000 for the time duration of 12 months is to investment of B according to our assumption. So X be the investment of B, right? X and Y are investments of B and C. So X, so after 3 months, B joins the business. So time duration of B is 9 months. 9X is to investment of C is Y and P joined the business. C joined the business after 6 months. So time duration is remaining 6 months is equal to 2:3:5. Right? So that means 36,000 into 12 is equal to 2 units, 9x is equal to 3 units, and y into 6 is equal to 5 units, right? Therefore, 36,000 into 12 is equal to 2 units, right? So what is 36,000 into 12? So which is nothing but 36,000 into 12 is equal to, so 4,32,000. Therefore, 2 units is equal to 4,32,000. Therefore, 1 unit is equal to, so 2,16,000 rupees. Therefore, so the profit of B, 3 units, right? Therefore, 3 units is equal to, 1 unit is 2,16,000. So 3 into 2,16,000 is equal to 6,48,000. 48,000 is 3 units. So 3 units are nothing but 9x, investment of B into time. Therefore, we can write 9x is equal to 6,48,000. So x is 6,48,000 divided by 9. So which is equal to 7. So 72,000 is the value of x. According to our assumption, so x be the investment of B, right? Therefore, so investment of B. Investment of B. So consider the third one here, 5 units, right? So we can equate 5 units to 6y. Also, 5 units is equal to, so 5 into 1 unit is 2,16,000, right? Therefore, 5 unit is 10,80,000, which is equal to, so based on the ratio, it is 6y. 6y is 10,80,000. Therefore, y is equal to 10,80,000 divided by 6. You will get 6 into 1. So you will get 1,80,000, right? So divided by 6 gives 1,80,000 rupees, which is investment of C. Investment of C. So here the question is, what is the difference between investment made by B and C? So the required difference is, so required difference is, here Y invested more than, that means person C invested more than B. So Y is more than X. Therefore, 1,80,000 minus 72,000 gives, so 1,08,000 rupees. So the difference between investments of B and C is 1,08,000 rupees. Hence option E. Question 41. Length of train A is half as that of train B. Train A and B crosses the platform of length 100 meters in 5 seconds and 6 seconds respectively. If the ratio of speed of train A and B is 2:3, then find the length of train B. So consider train A and B. Here it is given that length of train A is half as that of B, right? So if we consider x as length of train A, so length of train B becomes 2x, right? So train A and B, they cross a platform of length 100 meters. Let us consider a platform of length 100 meter. So they cross the platform in 5 seconds. So train A cross the platform in 5 seconds and B cross the platform in 6 seconds. Right? And ratio of speed of train A and B is given. So we'll consider their speed of train A and B. Right? So let x and 2x meters be the length of length of train A and B respectively. And the remaining data are given. They cross a platform of length 100 meters, right? So speed of train A is equal to, so distance covered by train A by time. So what is the distance covered by train A? So train has to cover the distance of 100 meter, the platform length, plus its own length. So while covering the complete platform, it has to cover its own length also. Therefore, total distance covered by train A will be x plus 100 meter divided by time is 5 seconds. Whereas speed of train B is equal to, again, distance covered by train B divided by time. So train B covers 2x, its own length, plus 100 meter platform length, right? So 2x plus 100 divided by time taken by train B is 6 seconds. It is given that ratio of their speed is 2:3. Therefore, so x plus 100 by 5 divided by 2x plus 100 divided by 6 is equal to, the ratio is 2:3, right? 2/3. Simplify it. So x plus 100 divided by 5 into 6 by 2x plus 100 is equal to 2/3. So 6x plus 600 by 10x plus 500 gives 2/3. So by cross multiplication, 18x plus 1800 is equal to 20x plus 1000. Therefore, 20x minus 18x, 2x is equal to 1800 minus 1000, 800. So 2x is nothing but length of train B. So which is the answer, right? No need to find the value of x. So 2x itself gives length of train B. Therefore, so train B length is 800 meter. Option B is the right answer. Question 42. In the given question, two equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. Solve both the equations and mark the appropriate answer. Here the first equation, x square plus 13x plus 42 is equal to 0. Find the value of x or solve the given equation. Both are same, right? So the given equation is in the form of x square plus a plus b into x plus ab is equal to 0. A quadratic equation. Here ab is 42, a plus b is equal to 13, right? So to find the value of x, split the middle term in such a way that, so product of coefficients of the middle term should be AB, that is 42, and sum of the coefficients of the middle term should be 13, that is A is equal to, so some value, B is equal to some value, that is A is 7, B is equal to 6. So that A into B becomes 42, A plus B is 13, right? Now split the middle term 13x, x square plus 7x plus 6x plus 42 is equal to 0. Take first two terms where x is common into x plus 7 plus 6 is common in the last two terms into x plus 7 is equal to 0. Therefore, either x plus 7 is equal to 0 or x plus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for x, minus 7 or minus 6. Now find the value of y by considering the second equation, y square minus 2y minus 63 is equal to 0. So a quadratic equation in the form of y square plus a plus b into y plus ab is equal to 0. Here ab is minus 63, a plus b is equal to minus 2, right? Therefore, a is equal to, so can we write minus 9 as a and b as 7, so that a plus b becomes minus 2 and their product is minus 63. Now split the middle term, y square minus 9y plus 7y minus 63 is equal to 0. Take first two terms where y is common into y minus 9 plus 7 into y minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to 9 or y is equal to minus 7. Right? So now compare the values of x and y. So by considering first and second equation, so x, y and their relation. Right? So if the value of x is minus 7, y is 9, then x is less than y. Again, if x is minus 7, y is also minus 7, x is equal to y. If x is minus 6, y is plus 9. So x is less than y. Again, f is minus 6, y is minus 7. Here minus 6, a negative integer, which is greater than minus 7. Right? Therefore, x is greater than y. So we cannot conclude the relationship between x and y. In two cases, x is less than y. In one case, it is equal to y. In other case, x is greater than y. Therefore, so the relationship between x and y cannot be determined. Right? Therefore, look at the options. So the relationship between x and y cannot be established. Option E is the answer. Question 43. In the given question, two equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. Solve both the equations and mark the appropriate answer. Here first one, x square minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So the given equation is in the form of x square plus a plus b into x plus ab is equal to 0. Right? Here a plus b is coefficient of middle term, right? Which is minus 2 and ab is minus 8. So a is equal to b is equal to. Right? So we can write a as minus 4, b as 2. So that their product is a negative integer and their sum becomes minus 2. Again a negative integer. Right? So now the given equation, here split the middle term to find the value of x. So x square minus 2x can be written as minus 4x plus 2x and the remaining number is minus 8 is equal to 0. Now x is common in the first two terms into x minus 4 plus 2 is common in the last two terms, x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, either x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for x. X is equal to 4 or x is equal to minus 2. Now consider the second equation to find the value of y. So y square minus 7y minus 60 is equal to 0. So a quadratic equation in the form of y square plus a plus b into y plus ab is equal to 0. Right? Here ab is minus 60, a plus b is minus 7. Therefore, ab is equal to, so 12 with a negative sign and b is equal to 5. So that a plus b becomes minus 7. So split the middle term. Y square minus 7y can be written as minus 12y plus 5y minus 60 is equal to 0. Take first two terms where y is common into y minus 12 plus 5 is common in the last two terms into y minus 12 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for y. Y is 12 or y is equal to minus 5. Right? Now compare the values of x and y. X, y and their relation. Right? So if the value of x is plus 4 and y is 12, so x is less than y. Right? If again x is 4, y is minus 5. Here x is greater than y. Right? If x is minus 2, y is plus 12. So x is less than y and x is minus 2 again and y is minus 5. Minus 2 is greater than minus 5. Right? Therefore, x is greater than y. So in two cases, x is less than y. In other two cases, x is greater than y. Therefore, the relationship between x and y cannot be established. Right? Option E is the right answer. Question 44. In the given question, two equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. Solve both the equations and mark the appropriate answer. Here the first one, 9x square minus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, a quadratic equation in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Right? So, in a quadratic equation, if each variable has a coefficient, like x square has coefficient a and x has coefficient b, right? Here a, b and c are coefficients, right? So, in such a case, split the middle term, that is 9x square, so minus 3x. So, split the middle term in such a way that product of the coefficient of the middle term should be a into c, right? Product of coefficients of the middle term should be a into c, and sum of the coefficients of the middle term should be b. So sum of the coefficients should be b. Here a into c is minus 18. So 9 into minus 2, right? 9 into minus 2. And a plus, not a plus b, it is only b. The middle term is b, which is minus 3, right? Therefore, split the middle term. So minus 3x can be written as minus 6x plus 3x. So that minus 6 into 3 becomes minus 18. Therefore, so minus 6 into 3 is equal to minus 18, which is AC, product of the coefficients of the middle term, minus 6 and minus 3, and minus 6 plus 3, sum of the coefficients of the middle term is minus 3, which is B, right? Therefore, so minus 6x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Take first two terms, 9x square minus 6x, where 3x is common, right? Into 3x minus 2 plus 1 is common in the last two terms into 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for x, 2 by 3 or minus 1 by 3, right? So, consider the second equation, y square minus 8y plus 16 is equal to 0. A quadratic equation in the form of y square plus a plus b into y plus ab is equal to 0. Here, ab is 16, a plus b is minus 8, right? Therefore, a is equal to minus 4, b is equal to again minus 4, so that their product is plus 16, their sum is minus 8. Now consider the given equation, y square minus, split the middle term, minus 4y minus 4y plus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, so take first two terms where y is common into y minus 4 is common in the last two terms into y minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, y has two values, plus 4, again only one value. Sorry, y has only one value, which is 4. Therefore, so directly you can write the given equation as y minus 4 the whole square, a minus b the whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? Therefore, y has only one value, which is 4. Now compare the values of x and y, right? So here, if value of x is 2 by 3, y is 4. So in this case, x is less than y. If x is minus 1 by 3, y is 4. So in both the cases, x is strictly less than y. So we can conclude that x is less than y. Option B is the right answer. Question 45. In the given question, two equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. Solve both the equations and mark the appropriate answer. Here first one, x square minus 12x plus 32 is equal to 0. A quadratic equation in the form of x square plus a plus b into x plus ab is equal to 0. Here ab is 32. A plus b is minus 12. Therefore, A is equal to minus 8, B is equal to minus 4. So their product becomes plus 32 and their sum is minus 12. Now split the middle term to find the value of x. So x square minus 12x can be written as minus 8x minus 4x plus 32 is equal to 0. Take first two terms. X into x is common here, x minus 8 minus 4 is common in the last two terms into x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, either x minus 8 is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for x, either 8 or 4. Right? Now find the value of y by considering the second equation. 2y square minus 9y plus 10 is equal to 0. Here, equation is in the form of ax square plus bx. In place of x, here is y. So, ay square plus by plus c is equal to 0. So, split the middle term to find the value of x in such a way that, so product of the coefficients of the middle term should be a into c. Here, ac is 2 into 10, which is 20. Right? And sum of the coefficients of the middle term should be b, which is minus 9. Right? Therefore, 2y square, split the middle term. So, minus 9y can be written as minus 5y minus 4y plus 10 is equal to 0. Take first two terms. Here, minus 5 into minus 4 becomes plus 20 and their sum will be minus 9. So, here y is common in the first two terms. 2y minus 5 and minus 4 minus 2 is common in the last two terms. So 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, so y is equal to 5 by 2 or y is equal to 2. So now compare the values of x and y. X, y and their relation. Here x is 8, y is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 means 2 point something. So x is greater than y. If again x is 8, y is 2. So x is greater than y and x is 4 and y is 5 by 2. X is greater than y. Again x is 4, y is 2. X is greater than y. Therefore, we can conclude that x is greater than y. Look at the options. So option A is the right answer. Question 46. In the given question, two equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. Solve both the equations and mark the appropriate answer. As in the previous question, here again we are splitting the middle term in each equation to find the value of x and y. Right? So x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. AB is 54. A plus B is equal to minus 15, right? Therefore, A is equal to, so minus 9 and B is equal to minus 6. So that their product is 54 and the sum becomes minus 15, right? So x square minus 15x can be written as minus 9x minus 6x plus 54 is equal to 0. So consider first two terms where x is common into x minus 9 minus 6 is common in the last two terms into x minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 9 or x is equal to 6. Right? Either x minus 9 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. So, we have two values for x, either 9 or 6. Now, consider the second equation to find the value of y. Y square minus 11y plus 24 is equal to 0. Now, AB is 24 and A plus B, coefficient of middle term is minus 11. Therefore, A is equal to minus 8, B is equal to minus 3. so that their product becomes plus 24 and their sum becomes minus 11, right? So split the middle term. Minus 11y can be written as minus 8y minus 3y plus 24 is equal to 0, right? So consider first two terms where y is common into y minus 8. So minus 3 is common in the last two terms into y minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, either y minus 8 is equal to 0 or y minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two values for y. Y is 8 or y is equal to 3. Now compare the values of x and y, right? X, y and their relation. Now, if value of x is 9, y is 8, x is greater than y. Again, if x is 9, y is 3, x is greater than y. If x is 6, y is 8, right? So, y is 8. So, in this case, x is less than y. And if x is 6, y is 3, x is greater than y. So in three cases, x is greater than y. In one case, x is less than y. So we cannot determine the relation between x and y, right? So the relationship cannot be established. Option E is the answer. Option E. Questions from 47 to 51 are based on the below information. Here direction is, read the below data carefully and answer the following questions. The table shows the total number of ice cream, both Chocobar and Cornetto, was given by Santa Claus on the day of Xmas to 5 children. It also shows the number of Chocobar ice creams is how much more or less percentage of the total number of Cornetto ice creams. Here in the given table, so in the first column, name of the children Arun, Barun, Kiran, Rumi and Sonal. So total number of ice creams given 220, 340, 380, 180 and 260 by Santa Claus on the day of Xmas, right? And number of chocobars more or less with respect to the number of cornettos in percentage. So here, so number of chocobars is 20% more than number of cornettos, right? Here for Barun, so number of chocobars is 30% less than number of cornettos, right? So similarly for the below people, right? So let us consider, so what is the number of chocobars and cornettos given to each person separately? So using this relation, percentage, so we have to find number of chocobars and cornettos given to each child separately, right? So let us make another column here. We'll consider ratio of chocobars and cornettos. Ratio of chocobars and cornettos given to each, right? So consider the ratio here. Here, according to the third column, so number of chocobars is 20% more compared to number of cornettos. That means for 100 cornettos, so number of chocobars are 120. Therefore, the ratio becomes 6:5, right? Therefore, 6:5 is the ratio of chocobars and cornettos given to person Arun, right? Similarly, for Barun, here number of chocobars is 30% less compared to cornettos. Therefore, for 100 cornettos, number of chocobars is only 70. Therefore, the ratio is 7:10, right? Next, for Kiran, so for 100 cornettos, so 10% less chocobars. So 90 chocobars given. So therefore, the ratio is 9:10. Similarly, for Rumi, 25% more. That means for 100 cornettos, if 100 cornettos were given to Rumi, then number of chocobars are 125. Therefore, the ratio is 5:4, right? 25 into 5, 25 into 4, right? Next, for Sonal. So for Sonal, it is 60% more chocobars given. Therefore, for 100 cornettos, so 160 chocobars were given. Therefore, the ratio is 20 into 8, 20 into 5. 8:5 is the ratio. So Considering this ratio, let us find number of chocobars and number of cornetos given, right? So we'll consider number of chocobars given. Here for Arun, first case. So 6:5 is the ratio. So out of 11, 6 chocobars were given. Out of 11 ice creams, total number of ice creams are 11. So 6 are chocobars. So therefore, for 220, total number of ice creams. So given to Arun is 220. So number of chocobars given to Arun are, so 20 into 6, 120. Right? So similarly for Varun. So totally 17 based on the ratio. So out of 17 ice creams, so 7 are chocobars given to Varun. Therefore, out of 340. So 17 into 20 is 340. So 140 chocobars given to Varun. So for Kiran, out of 19 total number of ice creams, 9 were chocobars. Therefore, out of 380. This number. So 20 into 9, 180. So similarly, out of 9 total number of ice creams, 5 were chocobars. Therefore, out of 180, so 100. Right? Now, out of this 8 plus 5, 13, 8 are chocobars. Therefore, out of 260. So 20 into 8, 160. Right? Therefore, number of chocobars given to each child is 120, 140, 180, 100 and 160. Similarly, number of cornetos given to each child, right? So, number of cornetos given here. So, either you can take the ratio out of 11, 5 5 ice creams were cornetos, therefore out of 220, or you can directly subtract the number of chocobars from total number of ice creams, right? So the better way is the subtraction part. So 220 total number of ice creams minus chocobars, so 120. So therefore remaining is number of cornetos. So here for Varun, 340 total ice creams were given. In that 140 were chocobars. Therefore 200 cornetos given. And 380 minus 180 for Kiran, again 200. And for Rumi, 180 minus 100. So 80 cornetos were given. So for Sonal, 260 minus 160. So 100 cornetos were given. Right? Here question is, the number of chocobar ice creams that Sonal had been, what percentage of the number of cornetto ice creams she had? So Sonal had, so the last person had, so number of chocobars were 160, this number. So 160 is what percent of number of cornetto ice creams she had? So 160 is what percent of 100, right? So chocobars, so the number of chocobars Sonal had is equal to 160 and number of cornettos she had is equal to 100. Therefore, required percentage is, so here 160 number of chocobars she had is what percentage of, so what percentage means into 100 of cornettos she had. Number of cornettos are again 100. Therefore, so number of chocobars she had is 160% of number of cornettos. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 48. Here question is, what is the difference between the entire number of cornettos Arun and Kiran have and therefore the total number of chocobars Varun and Rashmi have? So here, so the entire number of cornettos Arun and Kiran had. So Arun and Kiran. So Arun and Kiran. So number of cornettos they had are 100 and 200. So total cornettos that Arun and Kiran had. Kiran had is equal to 100 plus 200, which is equal to 300. And the next part of the question. So total number of chocobars Varun and Rumi had. So Varun had 140 chocobars, whereas Rumi had 100 chocobars. So total chocobars was that Varun and Rumi had is equal to 140 plus 100, which is 240. Right? So we need the difference between these two numbers. Therefore, the required difference is so 300 minus 240. So which is 60. Right? Therefore, 60 is the difference between the entire number of cornetos Arun and Kiran had, and therefore the total number of chocobars Varun and Rumi had. Right? Option B. Question 49. Here, what is the average number of chocobar ice creams they all have? So, total number of chocobar ice creams divided by number of persons gives average number of chocobar ice creams, right? So, average chocobar ice creams is equal to, so total chocobar ice creams divided by, so number of persons, right? So 5 persons had chocobar ice creams, and the total number of chocobar ice creams they had is equal to 120 plus 140 plus 180 plus 100 plus 160. 100 plus 160, which is equal to, so 120 plus 140, 260, 360, 440, 540, 640, and 700. 700 divided by 5, therefore it is 140, right? So average chocobar ice creams, so they all have, is equal to 140, therefore option A. Question 50. Here, find the ratio between the total number of chocobars Arun, Kiran and Rumi have and the total number of cornetto Varun and Sonal have. Here, total number of chocobars Arun, Kiran and Rumi had were, so Arun had 120, Kiran had 180 and Rumi had 100 chocobars, right? So total chocobars that Arun, Kiran and Rumi had is equal to, so 120 plus 180, which is 300 plus 100, 400, right? And total cornetto that Varun and Sonal had, total cornettos that Varun and Sonal had is equal to, Varun had 200 cornettos, whereas Sonal had 100 cornettos, right? So 200 plus 100, which is 300. So we need the ratio between these two numbers. So required ratio is equal to 400 is to 300, which is 4 is to 3, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 51. Find the difference between the total number of cornettos all of them have and the total number of chocobars everyone has. Here, total cornettos all of them had is equal to, so total number of cornettos all of them had is equal to, so number of cornettos each person has. So 100, 200, 280 and 100. So totally it is 680, right? 680. So add all these numbers, right? And total chocobars everyone has. So total number of chocobars everyone has. Right? So here Arun had 120 plus Barun had 140 plus 180 plus 100 plus 160. So totally it is 500, 600 and 700, right? So totally they had 700 chocobars. So we need the distance between these two totals, difference, right? Therefore, required difference is equal to 700 minus 680, which is 20, right? Therefore, 20 is the difference between total number of cornetos all of them have and the total number of chocobars everyone has. Therefore, option B is the right answer. If you want to practice all these questions and many more questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can practice many more entrance exam question papers from this website. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 52. Average age of X students in a group is 20. When 4 new students are admitted with the age of 7.5 years each, then the average is decreased by 5. What is the value of X here? So let us write the average formula. So average age. So when it is age, so sum of the ages divided by number of students. Average age is equal to sum of their age divided by number of students. Here, average age of X students in a group is 20. So we'll consider the first case. Here, average age is equal to 20 years, right? And number of students are X, right? Number of students are X numbers. So therefore, can we find sum of their ages? So sum of X number of students' age. Therefore, sum of X number of students age is equal to 20 into X years. Sum of their age is 20 X years. So when 4 new students are admitted, so we'll consider the second case. When 4 new students admitted, so number of students becomes, so number of students will be X plus 4, initial number plus 4 more students, and admitted with the age of 7.5 years each. Therefore, so total age of 4 students, right? Or sum of their ages. So total age of 4 students is equal to 7.5 years into 4, right? Age of each student is 7.5 years. Into 4, it is 30 years. Therefore, sum of the ages of how many students? X plus 4 number of students. X plus 4 number of students is equal to sum of the ages of X number of students is 20 X years, right? So, sum of the ages of X number of students plus 20X plus 30 years. Sum of the ages of 4 students. So, which is 20X plus 30 years is sum of the ages of x plus 4 students. Here, what is the average? So here average is decreased by 5. So we'll consider average age of x plus 4 students is equal to, it is decreased by 5. So initially average age was 20 years. So when it is decreased by 5, so it becomes 20 minus 5. So what is average age of x plus 4 students? Sum of the ages of x plus 4 students divided by number of students, x plus 4, right? Therefore, it is 20x plus 30 divided by x plus 4 is equal to, so average age is 15, decreased by 5. Simplify it, you will get the answer. 20x plus 30 is equal to 15x plus 60. Therefore, 5x is equal to 30. So the value of x is 6. Right? Here the question is, what is the value of x? X is equal to 6. Option D is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such type of questions and many more papers from any exams on IBPS probationary officer exam, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 53. Piyush formed a larger cube from the material obtained by melting 3 smaller cubes of 3, 4 and 5 centimeter side. What is the ratio of the total surface areas of the smaller cubes and the larger cube? So here, Piyush formed a larger cube by melting 3 smaller cubes. So let us consider a larger cube, right? So larger cube obtained by melting 3 smaller cubes. So we'll consider 3 smaller cubes also, right? So of length 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter respectively. Second cube of 4 centimeter and the third one as 5 centimeter, right? Five centimeter. So we need the ratio of total surface area. How to find the total surface area? So for that, we need the side or length of each side, right? So we don't know the value of length of the larger cube. So this length, right? So for that, we need the volume. So here, the larger cube is obtained by melting these 3 cubes, right? So volume of the larger cube is equal to volumes of these 3 smaller cubes, right? We'll consider volume. Volume is equal to so volume of first cube, so 3 centimeter. So volume is equal to, so 3 cube. So 3 into 3 into 3, which is 27 centimeter cube. Volume of second cube is 4 cube, right? So 4 into 4 into 4. 4 into 4, 16. So 16 into 4, 64 centimeter cube. Whereas volume of third cube is 5 cube, right? So 5 into 5 into 5. So 125 centimeter cube. Therefore, volume of the larger cube is 27 plus 64 plus 125. So you will get, so 216 centimeter cube as volume of the larger cube. So volume is, so cube of the side, right? A cube. Therefore, side or length of the cube is equal to, therefore side is equal to, so cube root of 216, which is 6 centimeter. Therefore, the length or side of the larger cube is 6 centimeter, right? Therefore, total surface area. So therefore, total surface area, TSA, total surface area, by the formula it is 6 into side square, a square. So 6 into 6 square. So 6 into 36, again it is 216, but the unit is centimeter square, right? So whereas total surface area of 3 smaller cubes, because we need the ratio of their total surface areas, right? So total surface area of first cube, smaller cube, 6a square, 6 into 3 square, right? Side is 3 here, 3 centimeter. So 6 into 9, 54 centimeter square, right? Whereas total surface area of second cube, 6 into 4 square, so 96 centimeter square. So third cube, total surface area, 6 into 5 square, right? So 6 into 25, 150 centimeters square. Therefore, so sum of the total areas, sum of total surface areas of 3 cubes is equal to 54 plus 96 plus 150, which is 54 plus 96, 150, 150 plus 150, 300 centimeters square is sum of the total surface areas of 3 cubes. Here the question is the ratio of total surface areas of the smaller cube to larger cube. Therefore, required ratio is so total surface area of smaller cubes is 300 centimeters square is to 216, right? Now, so both the numbers are divisible by, I think, 18, right? So 12, I think. So 12 into 2, 24, 12 into 5. So 25 is 2. So 12 into 1, 12 into 8. So 25 is to 18 is the required ratio of total surface areas of smaller cubes and total surface area of the larger cube, right? So 25 is to 18. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 54. A bus can travel a distance of 1330 km in 19 hours. Speed of a bike is 50% less than the speed of the bus, and speed of a cycle is 15 km per hour less than speed of the bike. Find the respective ratio of the time taken by cycle and bike to cover a distance of 280 km. So let us consider the case of bus, bike and cycle. Bike and cycle. Here, bus covers a distance of 1330 kilometer. So 1330 kilometers in 19 hours. Right? And speed of a bike is 50% less than speed of the bus. So let us assume speed of the bus be x kilometer per hour. Then speed of the bike will be x by 2. Right? So now let us assume, speed of bus be x kilometer per hour. Then speed of bike will be x by 2 kilometer per hour, 50% less than speed of the bus. And speed of a cycle is 15 kilometer per hour less than speed of the bike. Then speed of the cycle will be, so speed of the bike x by 2 minus 15 kilometer per hour. Right? Now find the respective ratio of time taken by cycle and bike to cover a distance of 280 km. So to find the time taken by bike and cycle, we need their speed, right? So how to get their speed? So if you know the value of speed of the bus, then only we can calculate speed of bike and cycle. So let us find speed of the bus. So here, speed of the bus, speed is equal to, let speed be x kilometer per hour. So speed is distance by time, right? By the formula, it is distance by time. Therefore, x is equal to, distance is 1330 divided by time is 19 hours. So it is, x is, speed of the bus is 70 kilometer per hour, right? Therefore, speed of the bike. So x by 2, 70 by 2, which is 35 kilometer per hour. Therefore, speed of the cycle becomes 35 minus 15, which is 20 kilometer per hour. Right? So we need the ratio of time taken by cycle and bike to cover a distance of 280 kilometer. Here, if bike covers 280 kilometer distance, so we'll write distance covered by bike as 280 kilometer. Therefore, time taken by bike to cover 280 kilometer distance by the formula, since speed is distance by time, time is distance by speed. Distance by speed. Distance is 280 kilometers. Speed is 35. Therefore, 35 into 8. Right? So, 8 hours is time taken by bike to cover 280 kilometer distance. Similarly, time taken by cycle. So, to cover distance of 280 kilometers, distance is again 280 kilometer. Therefore, time is equal to distance by speed 280 divided by 20. So, which is 14 hours. So, we need the ratio of time taken by cycle and bike. Therefore, required ratio is so time taken by cycle is 14 hours is to bike is 8 hours. So 2 into 7, 2 into 4 is 8. 7 is to 4 is the required ratio. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such type of questions and many more entrance exam question papers, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 55. A man can row 52 kilometer upstream and 42 kilometer downstream in 10 hours. It is also known that he can row 66 kilometer downstream and 60 kilometer upstream in 13 hours. Find the speed of the man in still water. So let us consider two cases. So case 1 and case 2. Here in case 1, man can row 52 kilometer upstream and 42 kilometer downstream. Right? So we'll consider a boat in which the man is. So 52 kilometer upstream. Upstream motion distance is 52 kilometer and downstream motion distance is 42 kilometer. So the total time is 10 hours. So total time is 10 hours. Right? Whereas the same man, he can row 66 kilometer downstream. So consider the second case, right? So he can row 66 kilometer downstream distance and 60 kilometer upstream distance in 13 hours. Here time is total time 13 hours. Right? Find the speed of the man in still water or speed of the boat in still water. Here in upstream and downstream motion, we use two terms, upstream speed and downstream speed. So what is upstream speed here? So upstream speed. So whenever a man or boat in the opposite direction of the stream. So the stream is in this direction downwards. So in the opposite direction of the stream means upstream motion. In the same direction of the stream means downstream motion, right? Therefore, so if you consider x as a speed of the boat and y as a speed of the stream. So both in upstream and downstream motion, we also use two terms, speed of the boat or speed of the man in still water and speed of the stream. I'll repeat once again. If x as speed of the man or speed of the boat, and let y be speed of the stream. Speed of the stream. Then downstream speed will be downstream speed in both the cases, right? So downstream speed will be, so here in downstream motion, So the boat is moving in the same direction of the stream. Therefore, it is x plus y, speed of the man plus speed of the stream, whereas upstream speed is equal to, so speed of the boat or speed of the man minus speed of the stream, because the boat or man is moving in the opposite direction of the stream. Therefore, it is x minus y, right? So let T1 and T2 be the time taken by the boat, so in downstream and upstream motion respectively, right? Therefore, in both the cases, it is applicable. Therefore, T1 is time taken in downstream motion, and T2 is time taken in the upstream motion, So also we should know the formula of speed. Speed is equal to, whether it is downstream speed or upstream speed, speed is distance by time. Right? So here total time in upstream and downstream motion is given. In each case, total times are given. Right? So here T1 plus T2. So in first case, we are focusing only the first case. Right? Here T1. So time taken in the downstream motion is equal to, distance in downstream motion is 42 kilometer, divided by speed. Downstream speed is x plus y. Therefore, 42 divided by x plus y is T1, whereas T2 is, so in upstream motion, man covers 52 kilometer distance, divided by x minus y, upstream speed. Therefore, total time, so T1 plus T2 is 10 hours. According to the question, total time taken by the boat is 10 hours. Therefore, can we write 42 by x plus y plus 52 by x minus y as 10? Therefore, so we can write, so simplify it. So the denominator becomes x square minus y square. So 42x minus 42y plus 52x plus 52y becomes 10. Therefore, simplify it. So 42x plus 52, it is 94x plus 10y. Right? So plus 10y, 42x, 42y, 52x plus 52y. Yes. So divided by x square minus y square is equal to 10. Or we can take x square y square to the RHS part. Right? So x square y square to the RHS part. So 10y is equal to, so 10 into x square minus y square. Consider this as equation 1. Right? Now consider the second case. So the same man can row 62 kilometer downstream and 60 kilometer upstream. In this, T1 becomes, so time taken in downstream motion, distance 66 divided by downstream speed x plus y. 66 by x plus y, whereas T2 is, so upstream distance is 60 kilometer divided by x minus y. Therefore, T1 plus T2, total time is given in the question as 13 hours. So T1 plus T2 is 13 hours. Therefore, 66 by x plus y plus 60 by x minus y is equal to 13. Simplify it. So 66x minus 66y plus 60x plus 60y is equal to, so divided by x square minus y square is equal to 13. So we can write 66x plus 60x. So 126x minus 6y, right, as 13 into x square minus y square. Consider this as equation 2. Right? So now multiply equation 1 by 13, equation 2 by 10, right? So for the simple addition and subtraction, also multiplication. So into 13 into 10. So then we'll get simultaneous equations, right? So here, so 94. So both LHS and RHS should be multiplied by 13 in equation 1 becomes. So equation 1 becomes, so 13 into 94x plus 13 into 10 is 130y is equal to 10 into 13 into x square minus y square, whereas equation 2 becomes, so 1260x minus 60y is equal to 10 into 13 into x square minus y square. So now subtract both the equation. We'll name it as equation 3 and equation 4, right? So 13 into 94. So we'll get, so 52. So 1222 x, 1222 x. So here we forgot to take one more term, I think. So plus 130y. Yes, that's right. So plus 130y. So it is equal to 10 into 13 into x square minus y square. So this gives the third equation. Now, yes, equation 4 minus equation 3 gives. So 1260 x minus 1222, 32, 42, 52. So 38x, 38x. So minus 60y. So minus 130y. So it gives minus 136y is equal to, so the RHS part completely vanishes here, right? Because of subtraction, so is equal to 0. Therefore, 38x is equal to 136y. Therefore, x is equal to, so 136y by 38. So it is easily divisible by 136. So 160, 130y plus 60, it is 190, right? Here we made a mistake. 190y minus 190y. 190y. So 190y by 38 gives, so 3 into 5, right? 38 into 5. So x is equal to 5, y into y. Substitute the value of x in any of the given equations, right? So better to avoid the squares. So better you can substitute the value here or here, right? So 42 by x plus y. So in place of x, we'll write 5y. So 42 by x plus y, will rewrite the equation x plus y plus 52 by x minus y plus 52 by x minus y is equal to 10 becomes. So substitute the value of x as 5y. 42 by 5y plus y 6y plus 52 by x minus y. 5y minus y 4y is equal to 10. So take the LCM. So 12y is the LCM, right? 6y into 2. So it is 84 plus, so 52 into 3, 156 is equal to 10. Therefore, it is 240, right? So 240 is equal to 120y. Therefore, y is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to 5y, right? So 5y. So x is equal to 5 into 2, 10. So y is 2, x is 10. Here, what do we need according to the question? Speed of the man in still water. So speed of the man in still water is x. Therefore, value of x is 10, right? Therefore, look at the options. Option D. So speed of the man in still water is x kilometer per hour, which is 10 kilometer per hour. Option D is the right answer. Question 56. What approximate value should come in place of question mark in the following question? Here is the question. Round off each number in the question to its nearest whole number, right? So we'll write when rounded off to nearest whole number. Nearest whole number. Question becomes 25.96% becomes 26% of 250.05 is 250. Nearest whole number is 250 plus 75.96% is nearly equal to 76% of 75.05. That is nearly equal to 75 plus root of 80.99 nearly equal to 81, root of 81, which is equal to 26 by 100. 26% means 26 by 100 of means into 250 plus 76 by 100 into 75 plus root 81 is 9, right? So 50 into 2, 50 into 5 and 2 into 13, right? So 65 plus, so 50 into 2, 50, not 50. So it is into 75. We'll consider 25. 25 into 4, 25 into 3, right? So 4 into 1, 4 into 9, right? So 19 into 3. So 57 plus 9, right? So 65 plus 57 plus 9. So which is 122 plus 9. 131 is the answer, right? When each number in the given question is rounded off to its nearest whole number, so the final answer is option D, 131. Question 57. What approximate value should come in the place of question mark in the following question? Here is the question. Round off each number in the given question to its nearest whole number, right? So rounded off to nearest whole number. So that means we are finding approximate value of the given question, right? So 22.93. 2.93 when rounded off to its nearest whole number, it becomes 3 into 4.85. Nearest value is 5 minus a number. So question mark. Here let the number be x minus 6.97 nearly equal to 7 into 2.02 nearly equal to 2 plus 0.99, its nearest whole number is 1, is equal to cube root of 511.9 nearly equal to 512, right? Now we are using BODMAS rule here. So what is BODMAS? So while solving any equation or any question, we use BODMAS rule. That means remove the brackets first, right? Brackets. Here in the given question, there is a bracket. So 2 plus 1. Remove the bracket first. Then off part. Off means whenever there is a cube root of or square root of or percentage, cube root, square root or square of or cube of. Right? So such parts are there in the question. So solve that first, right? After removing the bracket. Then comes division part. So then multiplication followed by addition and subtraction. Right? Now, according to BODMAS rule, first let us remove the bracket here. Right? Simultaneously, we can go for off part here in the RHS part. So 3 into 5 minus x minus 7 into 2 plus 1 is 3 is equal to cube root of 512 is 8. Right? Now again use a BODMAS rule. So after removing the bracket, so is there any off? Yes, we have solved off part in the RHS part. Then division. There is no division part. So multiplication. Right? So here is a multiplication. 3 into 5 and 7 into 3. Right? So we'll go for multiplication part. So 5 into 3, 15 minus x minus 7 into 3, 21 is equal to 8. Next comes addition and subtraction. So by rearranging, so x is equal to, we can write 15 minus 21 minus 8. Right? Therefore, 15 minus 8 is 7, right? Minus 21 is minus 14, right? Therefore, answer is option D, right? So minus 14 should come in place of question mark, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 58. What approximate value should come in the place of question mark in the following question? Here is the question. As in the previous questions, here again we are rounding off each number to its nearest whole number. So when rounded off to nearest whole number, so the question becomes 599.99, its nearest value is 600 into 3 by 2 of 19.92, so nearest value is 20% of 109.99 minus 9.99. So its nearest values are 110 minus 10. Right? So if you don't round off the number also, so the difference will be same, right? So here, again we are using BODMAS rule. So remove the bracket part, then it is off part, 20% off, right? So 600 into 3 by 2 of 20% of 100. 110 minus 10 is 100, right? So next comes off part. So solve the first off part, 20% of 100. Then only you can solve for 3 by 2 of this part, right? Therefore, 600 into 3 by 2 of 20 by 100. 20% means 20 by 100. Of means into 100. So 100 and 100 will get cancelled. So 600 into 3 by 2 of means into 20, which is 600 into, so 2 into 10 is 20, into 30, right? So 6 into 3, 18. So 18,000 is the answer, right? Option D is the right answer. Question 59. What approximate value should come in the place of question mark in the following question? Here is the given question. So there is a typing error in the given question. So it is not 2.992. It is 2.99 whole square into 3.99 whole square into 4.99, not square, right? It is only 4.99. So inside the bracket, divided by 35.99 is equal to, so a number, let the number be x, it's a square, minus 79.99. Let us round off each number to its nearest whole number, right? So when rounded off to nearest whole number, so 2.99 is nearly equal to 3, it's a square, into 3.99, its nearest whole number is 4, it's a square, into 5, only 5, right, inside the bracket, divided by 35.99. So it is approximately equal to 36 is equal to x square minus 80. Now we are following BODMAS rule. BODMAS. So remove the brackets first. So in order to remove the bracket, we need to square each number, 3 and 4, right? So 9 into 16 into 5 divided by 36 is x square minus 80. So 9 into 16 into 5. So becomes 720 divided by 36 is x square minus 80. So after removing the bracket, so off part comes. Off means, so if there is any square, cube or root of cube root or square root or percentage part, we need to solve that part. There is no off part in the given question. Though there is x square, we need to find the value of x. Unless we find the value of x, we cannot solve this off part, right? So next comes division. So the 720 divided by 36. So 36, think it is 20. 36 into 20 is 720. So 720 by 36 is 20 is equal to x square minus 80. Therefore, x square is 100. So the value of x is root of 100, which is 10. Right? Therefore, 10 option C is the right answer. Question 60. What approximate value should come in the place of question mark in the following question? Here is the question, right? So here 11.99, it's a square, right? So we'll rewrite the question. 324.95 minus 11.99, it's square, minus 74.9, close the bracket, is equal to x square minus 67.99. So round off each number to its nearest whole number. So the equation is approximately equal to 325 minus 11.99, it's a square. So it is 12 square minus 75 is equal to x square minus 68. So 325. So according to BODMAS rule, so remove the bracket first. Right? In order to remove the bracket, we need to solve a 12 square. Right? 325 minus 144 minus 75 is equal to x square minus 68. So 325 minus 144 minus 75 is 69. Right? Is equal to x square minus 68. Therefore, 325 minus 69 plus 68 becomes, so minus 69 plus 68 is x square. Therefore, x square is 324, which is 18. X is 18, right? So x is root of 324, which is equal to 18. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Questions from 61 to 65 are based on the below information. Here direction is, read the following graph carefully and answer the following questions. The following bar graph shows the quantity of wheat, rice, pulses and salts sold by two companies P and Q in the month of January. Here in the bar graph, along x-axis, the items are given wheat, rice, pulses and salt sold by two different companies P and Q. Here, white shaded part. So this part represents items sold by company P, whereas black and white part, right? Black and white part shows items sold by company Q. Whereas along y-axis, the quantity of these items are given, right? Here the question is, what is the ratio of total quantity of wheat and pulses sold by company P and company Q? So the ratio of total quantity of wheat and pulses by company P and Q, right? So here, consider company P, only P, that means with white shaded part. So company P sells, so this much quantity of wheat, which I am showing now, and this much quantity of pulses, right? Therefore, so quantity of wheat and pulses sold by P, company P is equal to, so company P sells 300 kg of pulses, and yes, here the number is 200. 200 kg of 300 kg of wheat and 200 kg of pulses, right? Wheat and pulses. So together it is 500 kg. And quantity of same items. So wheat and pulses sold by different company, sold by company Q. So look at the second part. So company Q, so black and white part. So it sells 350 kg of wheat and pulses part, so which I am showing now, 275. Here, this bar graph, so it is somewhere between 270 and 280. Therefore, it is 275. Right? Therefore, the total quantity is So 625. We need the ratio of these two quantities. Therefore, required ratio is so company P to company Q. So it is 500 to 625, right? Sold by company P to company Q. Therefore, it is so 50, not 50. So can check with 25. So 25 into 20 is 500. 25 into 25 is 625. Again, these two numbers are divisible by 5. Therefore, it is 4:5. So the required ratio is 4:5. Hence, option B is the right answer. Question 62. What is the difference between the quantity of rice and salts sold by company Q and the quantity of pulses and salts sold by company P? So we'll consider company Q. Company Q sells rice of quantity. So focus on only black and white portion, right? So company Q sells 200 quantity of 200 kg quantity of rice, right? So rice is equal to 200 kg, whereas salts sold by company Q is equal to, so this portion, so salts is equal to, it is 320, right? So 320 kg. Therefore, total quantity sold by company Q is 520 kg, right? So now consider company P. Company P sells pulses and salts. So focus on pulses and salts by company P, right? So it sells again 200 kg of pulses, 200 kg of pulses, and salts are so 180, right? So this one 180 kg. Therefore, total quantity sold by company P is, so it is 380 kg. So here the required answer is the difference between the quantity so of rice and salt sold by company Q and pulses and salt sold by company P. Therefore, so the required difference is so 520 minus 380, so which is 140 kg. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question 63. The total quantity of wheat, rice, pulses and salts sold by company P is approximately what percentage more or less than the total quantity sold by company Q? So for this, let's make a table. So here I'm taking company names, companies P and Q, right? And each company sells items like wheat, rice, and pulses and salt, right? So now focus on company P, so which is white shaded part, these four, right? So company P sells wheat, quantity of wheat is 300 kg, right? So each quantity is in terms of kg, whereas rice is, so it is 250 kg, and pulses are, so 200 kg, and salt is equal to, so somewhere here, yeah, 180 kg, right? So now focus on company Q, black and white shaded part, right? So company Q sells, here again it is 350, not 300, 350 kg of wheat. Then the next is 200 kg of rice. Now third one is, so somewhere the number is between 270 and 280, right here. So it is 275. We'll consider it as 275 kg. And the last one, so company Q sells salts of quantity. So it is 320 kg. Here the question is total quantity of wheat, rice, pulses and salt sold by company P is approximately what percentage more or less than the total quantity sold by company Q. So let's make another column here. So we'll consider total quantity of all the items sold by each company. right? So company P sells, totally it is 300 plus 250, 200 plus 180. So it is 930 kg, right, of items. Whereas company Q sells 350 plus 200 plus 275 plus 320. Totally it is 1145 kg, right? So here company Q sells more items, more quantity of items compared to company P, right? So Q sells more quantity than P, right? Therefore, the difference is 1145 minus 930. So which is 215 kg. That means company Q sells 215 kg more items than P. Here the question is, so total quantity of items sold by company P is what percentage more or less? So here that means with respect to company P, we have to solve the question here. So here company P sells 215 kg less items. It is not more, right? So 215 kg less items than Q, right? Therefore, required percentage is, so what percentage more or less than total quantity sold by Q, right? So company P sells 215 kg less items compared to total quantity sold by company Q is 1145 kgs. Therefore, for 100 is the required percentage. So we get, after simplification, we get 18.77 percentage, which is nearly equal to 19 percentage, right? So company P sells 19 percentage less items than company Q. Therefore, look at the options. Option E is the right answer. Question 64. What is the difference between the quantity of salts sold by company P and Q together and the quantity of wheat sold by company P? Here, quantity of salts sold by two companies P and Q is totally it is 500 kg, and quantity of wheat sold by only company P is 300 kg. So we need the difference between these two. So 500 minus 300, which is 200, right? So we'll write it. So salts sold by P and Q is equal to 180 plus 320, which is 500 kg. Whereas wheat sold by P is equal to only 300 kg. Therefore, the required difference is 500 minus 300, which is 200 kg. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 65. The quantity of wheat, rice, pulses and salts sold by two companies P and Q together in the month of February is 20% more than the total quantity sold by two companies P and Q together in the month of January. Find the total quantities of all the four items sold in the month of February. Here, P and Q companies, they sell totally 930 plus 1145 kg of all these items, wheat, rice, pulses and salts. So let us find total quantity of all the items sold by P and Q. So which is equal to, so 930 plus 1145, which is 2075, right? So 2075 kg of items sold by P and Q in the month of January. It is given that, so total quantity sold in the month of February is 20% more than total quantity sold in the month of January, right? Therefore, we need to find quantity of these items sold in the month of February, right? So we'll consider, so quantity of all items sold by, we have to mention, sold by P and Q, both the companies, in the month of February. is equal to 20% more than, that means 120% of items sold in the month of January. Items sold in January. Right? That means quantity of items, all the items. So 120% means 120 by 100 into 2075 kg of items sold in the month of January. So simplify it. So it is 100. So and 2075 easily divisible by 25. So 125 into 4 and 25 into 83. Right? So 4 into 30. So 83 into 30 gives, so 2490 kg. Right? So quantity of all items sold in the month of February is 2090 kg. Therefore, option A is the right answer. If you want to practice all these questions from this paper and many more papers from the same exam, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Questions from 66 to 70 are based on the below information. Here direction is, study the following information carefully and answer the given questions. An uncertain number of people are sitting in a row facing north and are not at an equal distance between them. The number of people sitting to the left of A is same as to the right of H. G is sitting third to the right of D, who is sitting immediate right of A. The number of people sitting between I and F is same as number of people sitting between F and B. H is sitting 4 places away from E, who is not an immediate neighbor of C. Only one person is sitting between D and I, who is sitting fourth from the left end, and C is sitting exactly between F and B, who is sitting immediate left of H. Two people are sitting between G and F. Here the question is, what is the position of I with respect to G? So consider this information by taking point by point. Here, an uncertain number of people are sitting in a row facing north. So consider north direction. Right? So all are facing north direction. Here the first point is, we'll consider only one person is sitting between D and I, who is sitting fourth from the left end. Here I is fourth from the left end. Right? So we'll consider I fourth from the left end. So I is the fourth person. Right? From left. And only one person is sitting between D and I. So D can be to the left of I or to the right of I. So consider the first case where D is to the right of I. So that one person should accommodate between I and D. Right? Whereas in case 2, since I is the fourth person from the left end, third and fourth person from the left end, right? And D is to the left of I, right? So D is the second person from the left end in case 2. And the next point is, G is sitting third to the right of D. To the right of D, G is the third person. 1, 2, 3. G is the third person to the right of D. And also, in the second case, G is the third person to the right of D. Therefore, here. And who is sitting immediate right of A? So D is sitting immediate right of A. Therefore, A is the fifth person from the left end. Whereas in case 2, so D is sitting to the immediate right of A. Therefore, A is the first person from the left end. And the next point, here consider this point. 2 people are sitting between G and F. Here in case 1, 2 people are sitting between D and G to the right, to the left of G. Therefore, F has to sit to the right of G, so that 2 people are sitting between G and F. And also in case 2, again F is sitting to the right of G. 2 people sit between G and F. Now the next point is, here the number of people sitting between I and F is same as number of people sitting between F and B. So number of people sitting between I and F are, in case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people are sitting between I and F, which is equal to number of people sitting between F and B. 4, 5, 6, 7 people are sitting between F and B. B is the 8th person to the right of F, right? And also in the second case, so number of people sitting between I and F, there are 3 people. Therefore, between F and B, there are 3 persons sitting, right? And the next point is, here we'll consider, so the first point, the number of people sitting to the left of A is same as to the right of H. So how many persons are sitting to the left of A? In case 1, there are 4 persons sitting to the left of A. Therefore, to the right of H. So if you consider H here, somewhere here, to the right of H, there are 4 persons sitting, right? Therefore, this person is the last person or first person from the right hand. So consider case 2. So number of people sitting to the left of A. So there is no person sitting to the left of A. A is the first person. Therefore, H is the last person. No one is sitting to the right of H, right? So this point got over. And the next point is, we'll consider this. C is sitting exactly between F and B who is sitting immediate left of H. So C is, in case 1, C is exactly between F and B. And B is sitting immediate left of H. So there is no one in between B and H, right? So consider case 2. Case 2, here, C is exactly sitting between F and B here, right? Sitting between F and B who is sitting immediate left of H. Here in case 2, so H is sitting exactly, that means to the B is sitting exactly to the left of H, or H is exactly sitting to the right of H. Therefore, there is no one between B and H. Right? So H is the last person, last but one person is B, according to case 2. Now consider another point here. H is sitting 4 places away from E, who is not an immediate neighbor of C. So here consider H 4 places away from E. Therefore here, to the left of H, consider, so the fourth person, first person is B, second, third, fourth person is this one. But this fourth person is not sitting, who is the fourth person? E, who is not an immediate neighbor of C. Therefore, so E cannot be here, right? That means to immediate right of C. Therefore, so position of E should be here. So that H is sitting 4 places away from E, but E is not an immediate neighbor of C. So this condition is satisfied, right? Whereas second case, so H is sitting 4 places away from E. So can we consider 4 places away from E here? No, because so E will be the neighbor of C if you consider position of E here, right? Therefore, case 2 is cancelled. Case 2 is cancelled because of this point. H is sitting 4 places away from E, who is not an immediate neighbor of C. E is not an immediate neighbor of C. Therefore, consider only case 1. So in case 1, all the conditions got satisfied. So now the question is, what is the position of I with respect to G? So I and G are here. So position of I is, so to the left of G, right? So which position? So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Therefore, I is fifth to the left of G. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Fifth to the left of G. Question 67. Who among the following is sitting at the extreme end? So among the following persons, so A is not sitting at the extreme end, whereas I also not sitting at the extreme end. So person E is sitting at the extreme end. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 68. What is the total number of people sitting in a row? Here in this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Totally, there are 25 people sitting in a row. Therefore, option A. Question 69. Who among the following is sitting third to the left of the one who is sitting 6 places away from D? Here, the one who is sitting 6 places away from D is, so D is here. So the first person is second, third person is G, and 4, 5, and sixth person is F, right? So the one who is sitting 6 places away from D, 6 places away from D is F, right? Then, who among the following is sitting third to the left of F, right? Therefore, the one who is sitting third to the left of F, third to the left of F is, so to the left of F, third person is G, right? Therefore, is G, right? Therefore, option D. Question 70. What is the number of people sitting between H and A? Between H and A, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 persons, right? So 16 people sitting between H and 15 people, right? 15 people sitting between H and A. Therefore, option C. Question 71. Here direction is, in the question below are given 3 statements followed by 2 conclusions numbered 1 and 2. You have to take the given statements to be true even if they seem to be at variance with commonly known facts. Read all the conclusions and then decide which of the given conclusions logically follows from the given statements disregarding commonly known facts. Here are 3 statements. So let us represent these statements in Venn diagram. Here the first one. Some apples are orange. That means there is a set of apple and set of orange, right? So this common portion represents some apples are orange. And the next one, no oranges are fruit. So that is a separate set, fruit, right? Which is excluded from the set of orange, right? And the next one, only a few fruits are bananas. So few parts of fruits are bananas, right? Now look at the conclusion part. Some apples are fruit. Set of apple is here, set of fruit is here. So there is no direct relation between apple and fruit here. Therefore, a false conclusion. Because no direct relation between apples and fruit, right? And the next one, some fruits are bananas. Yes, because of the third statement, only a few fruits are bananas. So this few part can be taken as some, right? Some fruits are bananas, a true conclusion. Therefore, only 2 follows, right? Option B is the right answer. Question 72. Here direction is, in the question below are given 3 statements followed by 2 conclusions numbered 1 and 2. You have to take the given statements to be true even if they seem to be at variance with commonly known facts. Read all the conclusions and then decide which of the given conclusions logically follows from the given statements, disregarding commonly known facts. So let us represent the given statements in the form of Venn diagram, right? No grapes are lemons. So that means there is a set of grapes and set of lemons. There is no direct relation between these two, right? No grapes are lemons. And the next one, only a few lemons are apple. So only a few portion of lemons are apples. That is, there is a set of apple. So only this portion is apple, right? And the next one, all apple are banana. So that means set of apple is completely included in the set of banana. Therefore, some part of banana is also lemons, right? Now the conclusions are all lemons are banana, and the second one is some lemons are not banana, right? Here these two conclusions are complementary pairs, right? Complementary pair of conclusions, right? So when there is a complementary pair of conclusions, so always the answer will be either one or two follows. That means either one is true and the other one cannot be considered if one is true. Or if two is true, second one is true, the first one cannot be considered, right? That is all lemons are banana. If it is true, then the second one, some lemons are not banana, cannot be considered. It will be false, right? If some lemons are not banana, then all lemons cannot be banana, right? So the first conclusion will be false if second one is true, right? Therefore, such type of conclusions are called complementary pair of conclusions. So in this case, the answer always will be either one or two follows, right? So we can consider each conclusion here. All lemons are banana. Set of lemons here, set of banana is here. This can be possible. Though there is no direct relation between lemon and banana is given, right? So we can extend the set of banana like this so that all lemons are banana, right? So it can be true, right? But not definitely. So the second conclusion, some lemons are not banana, right? So according to the given statement, some lemons are not banana. This portion, some lemons are not banana, right? If first one is true, all lemons are banana. So this part, when set of banana, so includes both lemons and apple, then all lemons are banana. The first conclusion will be true. And the second conclusion will be false. If second is true, first will be false. Therefore, so these two conclusions form a complementary pair. Therefore, either one or two follows is the right answer. Option C. Question 73. As in the previous questions, so here also there are three statements given followed by two conclusions. So we have to decide which of the given conclusions logically follows from the given statements, disregarding commonly known facts. So let us represent these statements in the form of Venn diagram. Only a few tree are sparrow. So that means there is a set of tree, right? So only a few tree. So only some portion of tree are sparrow. Therefore, so this shaded portion represents first statement. Whereas second one, some sparrow are bird. So some portion of sparrow are bird. Again, this portion, this common portion represents some sparrow are bird. And the third one, no pigeon is sparrow. So that means there is no direct relation between pigeon and sparrow, right? No pigeon is a sparrow. Now the conclusions. Some tree are bird. So can we conclude some tree are bird? No, because there is no direct relation between tree and bird. Though some sparrows are bird, it is strictly given that only a few tree are sparrow. So only a few tree are sparrow. That means only a few tree are only sparrow, not other than sparrow, right? So some portion of, few portion of tree are only sparrow, right? Not other than sparrow. Therefore, some tree are bird. It's a false conclusion because some portion of the sparrow is some portion of bird also, right? If few portion of tree are not only sparrow, then we could have taken this conclusion a true conclusion. The first conclusion a true conclusion. Here it is given that few portion of tree are only sparrows, right? Therefore, some tree are bird. It's a false conclusion, right? So this bird portion cannot be included here in the tree portion, right? And the second one, some pigeon are bird. So look at pigeon and bird. No. So there is no direct relation between pigeon and bird according to the given statement. Therefore, a false conclusion because no relation between pigeon and bird given, right? Therefore, second conclusion. So both the conclusions are false. Therefore, none follows. Option D is the right answer. Question 74. Again, as in the previous questions, here are three statements given followed by two conclusions. So we have to decide which of the given conclusions logically follows from the given statements, right? So let us represent these statements in Venn diagram. So all gold is silver. So that means set of gold is completely included in the set of silver, right? Like this. We'll consider set of silver. So which completely includes set of gold. Therefore, all gold is silver. And the second one, some bronze is gold. So, some portion of bronze is gold. We'll consider set of bronze. So, this shaded portion represents some bronze is gold. That means some bronze is also silver, right? Because set of gold is included in set of silver. Therefore, some bronze is also silver, right? And the next one, some copper is silver. So, set of copper we'll consider and some portion of copper, right, is silver. Now the conclusions are some copper is gold. So, copper is gold, which is not true. So, it is a false conclusion because all gold is silver. So every gold is silver here. Not all silver is gold, right? So there is a portion in silver other than gold also. So these portions are other than gold. Therefore, so some copper is gold, a false conclusion. And the next one, all bronze is copper. So look at bronze and copper. There is no direct relation between bronze and copper. Therefore, a false conclusion because no direct relation between bronze and copper. Bronze and copper. Therefore, both the conclusions are false. Neither one nor two follows. Option D. Questions from 75 to 79 are based on the below information. Here direction is study the following information carefully and answer the questions given below. 5 persons A, G, K, L and S purchased some items one after the other. 2 persons bought between A and the one who bought chair. S does not buy wallet. G purchases immediately before K, but none of them bought chair. 3 persons bought between the one who purchased chair and the one who purchased table. Only 2 persons bought between the one who purchased wallet and the one who purchased table. Bag is purchased immediately before perfume. Only 2 persons bought between L and the one who purchased perfume. Then the question is, which of the following items purchased after bag? So let us consider the 5 persons. and their purchased items. Here the first, second, third, fourth and fifth person. Right. So here their order is not like this. A, G, K, L and S. So here consider the first point. Two persons bought between A and the one who bought chair. So if you consider A as the first person, two persons bought between A and one who purchased chair. Right? So one who bought chair will be the fourth person. In another case, if one who bought chair is the first person, right? We'll consider first person as the one who bought chair. Then fourth person will be A, right? Now the next point is, so yes does not buy wallet. So we'll consider this point later. Does not buy wallet. And the next point is G purchases immediately before K. So in case 1, so G purchases immediately before K. Right? And none of them bought chair. Therefore, we cannot place either G or K in fourth or fifth places. Right? Therefore, here none of them bought chair. Therefore, position of G and K will be second and third respectively. Right? After A, G and K purchase. And in case 2, here G purchases immediately before K. Therefore, G is the second person, K is the third person, and none of them bought chair. Next point. 3 persons bought between the one who purchased chair and the one who purchased table. Here, 3 persons bought between one who purchased chair and one who purchased table. Therefore, in case 1, so in between chair and table persons, there should be 3 places. But in case 1, there are only 2 places between, if you consider A purchases table, there are only 2 places. Therefore, case 1 is cancelled. Whereas in case 2, one who purchased chair is the first person and 3 persons bought between one who purchased chair and one who purchased table. Right? Therefore, the one who purchased table will be the 5th person. And the next point, only 2 persons bought between the one who purchased wallet and one who purchased table. So between one who purchased table and wallet, there are 2 persons. Therefore, G purchases wallet. And the next one, bag is purchased immediately before perfume. So here, bag is purchased by K, so which is purchased immediately before perfume. Therefore, A purchased perfume. Next point, only 2 persons bought between L and the one who purchased perfume. Right? So, only 2 persons between one who purchased perfume and L. Therefore, L purchases chair. Right? And who is the remaining person? Yes. Yes is the remaining person who purchases table. And it is given that yes, so does not buy wallet. Therefore, this condition also is satisfied. Therefore, the question is, which of the following items purchased after bag? So, after bag, 2 items purchased, perfume and table. Therefore, the answer is option D, perfume and table. Question 76. Who among the following purchased the item at last? So, at last, yes purchases the item. Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 77. Who among the following purchased perfume? Here, perfume is purchased by A, person A. Option B is the right answer. Question 78. Who among the following bought item between S and K? So, between S and K, A bought the item, right? Therefore, option C is the right answer, right? Therefore, A bought the item between S and K. Question 79. Who among the following purchases table? Here, person yes purchases table. Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 80. Here direction is, in the following question, assuming the given statements to be true, find which of the conclusion among the given conclusions is or are definitely true and then give your answers accordingly. So here is the statement. It has two parts. We'll consider the first part where T is less than P, P less than or equal to U. So consider T as a line, right? So line T, which is less than P, right? P is a line where P less than or equal to U. So P is less than U or equal to U. Therefore, we have another case. So T is less than P and P is equal to U, right? And the next part is L greater than U. L greater than U. So there is a greater line L, right? Greater than U. So in the second case also L greater than U. Next part, U less than or equal to R. So here there is a line R, so which is greater than U also, right? So just there is no direct relation between L and R given. So only thing is U less than or equal to R. Here U is equal to R in the second case. Next one, R is equal to O. R is equal to O. So we'll consider line O here itself in case 2, whereas R is equal to O in case 1. So in case 1, R and O lines are equal, whereas in case 2, so P, O, U, R. So all these lines are equal, right? So next part, O greater than or equal to Y. So in first case, O is greater than Y. So here equal to Y. So consider line Y, right? Next part, Y is equal to yes. So Y is equal to yes, right? So Y is equal to yes. Come to the conclusion. R greater than or equal to yes. So here in first case, R is greater than yes. So here though R and O are equal, so in the first case, so O is strictly greater than Y in the first case. So Y is equal to S. So we can write O is greater than S. So R is greater than S. Right? In place of O, we'll write R. So R is greater than S in first case. So come to the second case. So look at line R and S. Right? So here in second case, R is equal to S. So combining 1 and 2, so we can conclude R is greater than or equal to yes. So first conclusion is true. Whereas second one, T less than R. So line T and R, yes, T less than R in first case because T less than P, P less than U, right? And U less than L because L greater than U here, right? So here relation between L and R is not given here. Therefore, U, relation between U and T, so says T is less than U, right? U is less than R. So we can conclude T is less than R. So second conclusion is true. So come to case 2, line T and line R. Yes, also in case 2, though P, O, U, R, so all these lines are equal, but T is strictly less than P, right? Where P is equal to O, O is equal to U, U is equal to R. But T is strictly less than, so P, though, so we can conclude T is less than R, right? Therefore, second conclusion is also true. So both the conclusions are true. Both 1 and 2 is true, option D. Question 81. Here direction is, in the following question, assuming the given statements to be true, find which of the conclusion among the given conclusions is or are definitely true and then give your answers accordingly. So here is the statement. It has two parts. So before going to the statement, look at the conclusions. Here, h is greater than or equal to y and y is greater than h, right? Both the conclusions cannot be considered at a time. So consider h and y are lines. So h is greater than or equal to y. So h and y. So in first case, h is greater than y. In the second case, h is equal to y, right? And the conclusion 2 says y greater than h, right? So both the conclusions cannot be taken at a time. If first one is true, second one will be false. In the first case, h is greater than or equal to y. So, but it is false in the second case, that is y greater than h, right? So, if second case is true, if line y is greater than h, then first will be false, right? Therefore, so either 1 or 2 will be true in such a case. Therefore, if the conclusions are complementary pairs, complementary pairs means, so if one is true, another will be false. If another is true, one will be false, right? Therefore, these two are complementary pair. Therefore, answer is either 1 or 2 is true. So let us go in detail. Here the first part says h is greater than or equal to x. So we'll consider as it is. Here case 1 and case 2. So in first case, h is greater than x. In the second case, h is equal to x, right? So x less than r. That means r greater than x, right? So we'll write r greater than x. Therefore, both h and r greater than x, but there is no direct relation between h and r. Also in the second case, r greater than x, right? And the next one, r is equal to o. R is equal to o. Next part, o strictly greater than t, greater than t, o strictly greater than t. Next part, y is equal to f. So, y is equal to f in both the cases. Y is equal to f and f greater than or equal to r. So, f greater than r or f is equal to r. Right? Next, r strictly greater than d. So, r strictly greater than d in both the cases. Right? Now, so look at the relation between Rx, Rd. Can we conclude R greater than both X and D? Right? Combine these two and F greater than R. Therefore, F greater than R greater than both X and D in first case. Right? But R is equal to O. We'll consider this as it is. So, X greater than, not X, H greater than X. Is there any relation between H and Y in first case? No. There is no direct relation between H and Y. Therefore, conclusion 1, H greater than or equal to Y is false because there is no relation between H and Y. Right? Look at case 2. In case 2, H is equal to X and Y is equal to F, F is equal to R and R is equal to O. So, we can equate Y, F, R and O. So, all these lines are equal, right? Whereas R is greater than both X and D, these two. So, the remaining things are O greater than T, right? So, here only thing is relation between H and Y. So, there is no direct relation between X, not X, H and Y. Therefore, conclusion 1 is false. And the second one, Y greater than H. So, again the same reason, there is no direct relation between Y and H. Therefore, second conclusion is also false. But these two are complementary pairs. So, we cannot consider neither 1 nor 2 is true. Whenever there is a complementary pair, answer always will be either 1 or 2 is true. If Hypothetically, if first is true, sir, another will be false. If another is true, first will be false. Hence, option C is the right answer. Question 82. In the following question, assuming the given statements to be true, find which of the conclusion among the given conclusions is or are definitely true and then give your answers accordingly. So here is the statement. So it has two parts. In first part, A less than C, we'll consider first part, A less than C, C less than or equal to F. So before going to the statement part, look at the conclusions. P greater than C, P is equal to C, right? So both the conclusions cannot be possible at a time. So either P greater than C or P is equal to C, right? Therefore, answer is either 1 or 2 is true because complementary pairs. Complementary pair of conclusions, right? So now consider in detail A less than C, C less than or equal to F. Consider a line A which is less than C, C less than or equal to F. So in first case C less than F, in the second case C is equal to F, whereas A less than C. Next part, U is equal to P, P greater than or equal to R is equal to O is equal to T, T greater than or equal to F. So consider the last part. T greater than or equal to F. So T is a greater line in first case. In the second case, T is equal to F. Right? So O is equal to T in first case. O is equal to T. Also in the second case, O is equal to T. R is equal to O in the first case. R is equal to O. Also in the second case, R is equal to O. Right? So next part, P greater than or equal to R. So we'll consider a greater line P greater than R. And in the second case, P is equal to R. And U is equal to P. So we'll consider line U, which is equal to P. And in the second case, U is equal to P. So look at the lines. In first case, here TOR, three lines are equal and P and U are equal in the first case. Whereas in the second case, except A, so all the lines are equal in their measure, right? So look at the conclusions. P greater than C, line C and P, yes, which is true. P greater than is true in first case, whereas in the second case, it is not true. P is equal to C, right? Therefore, so P is equal to C is true in the second case, not in the first case, right? Therefore, either P greater than C or P is equal to C. Therefore, either 1 or 2 is true, right? Question 83. As in the previous question, in question 83 also, so there is a statement followed by two conclusions. So let us consider the statement. C is equal to D. C is equal to D. So consider two lines, C and D. And D less than or equal to A. So D is less than A in first case. In the second case, D is equal to A, right? And D is equal to C. Next part, A less than G. A less than G in both the cases. And G less than or equal to K. G is less than K in the first case. G is equal to K in the second case. And K greater than L. In both the cases, K greater than L. K is greater than L. And L greater than or equal to E. So there is a line E. So smaller than L greater than E, or L is equal to E, right? And E is equal to H. E is equal to H. In both the cases, E is equal to H, right? So in the first case, L, not LE and H are equal. In the second case, L, E and H are equal. G and K are equal lines. C, D, A are equal lines. Whereas in the first case, C and D are equal, right? And E and H are equal. So look at the conclusions. K strictly greater than H. So line K and line H. So K strictly greater than H. So can we conclude K strictly greater than H? Yes, because K greater than L greater than E in the first case, right? K greater than L greater than E in the first case, but E is equal to H. So we can conclude K greater than H. Whereas in the second case, K line and H line. So since K greater than L, in the second case, strictly greater than L, but L is equal to remaining lines, E and H, right? Therefore, in place of L, can we write H? K greater than H. So, conclusion 1 is true, right? Whereas second one, D less than or equal to K. So, line D and K less than K in the first case, it is true, right? So, D less than K. Whereas in the second case, can we conclude D less than K? Yes, D less than K. So D strictly less than K in both the cases, but not equal to K. So D is not equal to K. Therefore, D less than or equal to K is false. Because D is strictly less than K, not equal to K. D is not equal to K. Therefore, only first conclusion is true, option A. Question 84. In the following question, assuming the given statements to be true, find which of the conclusion among the given conclusions is or are definitely true, and then give your answers accordingly. So here is the statement which has two parts, not two, three parts, right? So consider G less than K. G less than K. So G as a line, which is strictly less than K, right? K greater than A. K greater than A, and A greater than S. S is a smaller line. A greater than S, and S less than or equal to B. So we'll consider line B, a greater line B. S less than B or equal to B. S and B are equal, right? And the remaining things will be same. A greater than S and K greater than A and G less than K. G less than K, right? So now B less than or equal to N. B is less than N in first case. B is equal to N in the second case, right? Next part, K is equal to Q. So line K is equal to Q in first case, right? So in the second case, K is equal to Q. Next part, S is equal to R. S is equal to R. So we'll write S is equal to R in first case. Also in the second case, S is equal to R. So in the second case, R, S, B and N. These four lines are equal and Q and K are equal. Whereas in the second case, S and R are equal and Q and K are equal, right? So look at the conclusion. Q greater than S, line Q and line S. Yes, Q is greater than S because of this relation. K greater than A. It is given, but K is equal to Q, but A is strictly greater than S. So we can conclude in place of K, can we write Q? Right? So Q greater than yes. A right conclusion. Whereas the second case, so line Q is here, line yes is here. Again, the same reason. Since A greater than yes, A greater than S, and K greater than A, and Q is equal to K. So in place of K, we'll write Q greater than yes. Right? Therefore, first conclusion is true. Whereas the second one, R less than or equal to N. Line R and line N are less than or equal to N. So in first case, so the relation between R and N, here S is equal to R. Relation between S and N, so here S, in first case S is less than B, B is less than N, right? So S is less than N in first case, but S is equal to R. So can we write R less than N in first case? Yes, R less than N. Whereas in the second case, so look at R, S, B and N, all these lines are equal, right? So R is equal to N. So combining these two, we'll conclude R less than or equal to N. Therefore, second conclusion is also true. Therefore, both 1 and 2 are true. Option C is the right answer. Question 85. If the positions of the first and last letters of the word mythological are interchanged, similarly, the positions of the second and second last letters are interchanged and so on, then which of the following letters will be eighth from the left end after arrangement? So, the given word is mythological. So, MYTHOLOGICAL, right? Mythological. Here, if the positions of the first and last letters are interchanged, first letter is M, last letter is L. If they are interchanged, so first letter becomes L, last letter becomes M, right? So when they are interchanged, and second letter and second last letters are interchanged. Second letter is Y and second last letter is A. So interchange these letters A and Y. Next, T and C. So C and T. H and I. H. Next comes O, G. G and O. L, O. O and L. Right? So after the rearrangement, so which letter will be the eighth from the left end? So from the left end, this is left end, eighth letter is, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So eighth letter is O, right? Option D is the right answer. Questions from 86 to 88 are based on the below information. Here direction is, study the information given below carefully and answer the questions that follow. There are two persons, Vasu and Vinay, who walked from different points to reach a common point A. Here Vasu started walking from point C in north direction. So here we'll consider the directions first. So north, west, east and south. Right? Vasu started walking from point C in north direction. So we'll consider point C somewhere here. Somewhere here. So in the north direction, he walks for, after walking 3 meters, he turns right from that point. So he walks for 3 meters. So we'll consider 3 meters from point C. After walking 3 meters, he turns right from point C. So this point becomes E, right? He then walks for another 3 meters. Again, he walks for 3 meters and turns right from point D. So turns right means again to the south direction, right? From point D. He then walks for 7 meter. So he walks for 7 meter down. So up to somewhere here. So the distance is 7 meter. Next, then he turns left from point G. So this point is, after walking for 7 meters, he reaches point G, turns left. His left means to the east direction, right? Then walks for 5 meter till point F. So for 5 meter he walks, so somewhere here, and reaches point F, right? And he then turns left, and again he turns left to the north direction, right? Then walks for 3 meter. He walks for 3 meter up to somewhere here, 3 meter, and turns which direction? He walks for 7 meter, yes, walks for 3 meter, and then turns right from point N. So this point is N, then he turns right from point N, and walks for 6 meter till point A. So walks for 6 meter, right? Somewhere here. So till point A. Therefore, finally, so the person reaches point A here, right? So who reaches point A? Vasu. Vasu reaches point A now. And the distance between G and F, from G to F, the distance is 5 meter, I think. Yes, 5 meter. So this distance we have to mention. And this distance is 6 meter. Right? 6 meter. And another person, Vinay, started walking from point X in the north direction. So we'll consider point X somewhere here, because he walks to the north direction, right? Therefore, here Vinay started from point X, right? And from here, in the north direction, after walking 9 meter, he turns left from point Z. So he walks for 9 meter in the north direction like this, upwards. We'll join these two lines, right? So 7 meter, yeah, 9 meter somewhere here. And he reaches point Z. So the distance is 9 meter. Then, and he walks for 6 meter and then turns left. So after reaching point Z, he turns left. That means to the west direction, and walks for 6 meter. 6 meter means somewhere here. And reaches which point? So 6 meter, and then turns left from point Y. So reaches point Y and again turns left to the south direction. Left means to the south direction. And he walks for 4 meter. So the distance between Y and Z is 6 meter here. Right? Here, after reaching point Y, again he turns left and walks for 4 meter. 4 meter down. And then turns left. Again, he turns left. That means to the east direction. To the east direction. And from point P. So this point is P. Right? Y to P distance is 4 meter. And from point P, walks for 9 meter till point Q. So he walks for 9 meter till Q. Right? So this distance is 9 meter. Next, he then turns right. So to his right means to the south direction. Walks for 2 meter. 2 meter till point A. So finally, he reaches point A. Right? So both Vinay and Vasu reached point A. Vinay and Vasu reached point A. Here the question is, 4 are the same in a certain way and thus form a group. Which among the following does not belong to the group? Right? Here, GP, look at point G and P. G and P. Right? So, person G is in southwest direction to P, right? So GP, G is in the southwest direction to P. Whereas FQ, point F is here, Q is here, right? Again, F is in the southwest direction to Q. Southwest direction to Q. CZ, point C is here. Where is Z? Z is here, right? So again, point C is in the southwest direction to Z. PQ, point P and Q. Q is here. Where is point P now? Point P is here, right? So point P is to the west direction to Q. So not southwest, west to Q. Whereas EY, so E is here, Y is here, up, right? Up. So again, E is to the southwest direction to Y. So except PQ pair, so in the remaining pairs, the first person is to the southwest direction to the second person. Therefore, option D does not belong to the group. The reason is, so in all the remaining groups, first person is to the southwest direction to the second person, right? Therefore, option D does not belong to the group. Question 87. If Vinay returns to his starting point by covering the shortest distance, then what distance does he cover while moving from final to initial point? Here, Vinay's initial point is X, right? His initial point. And its final point is A. And the shortest distance for Vinay is XA. This is the shortest distance, right? So there it forms a right angle triangle. So consider the point of intersection of these two as, for your convenience, it may be M, N. So it's already given these points. So I'll consider this as S, right? S be a point. So we have XAS, a right angle triangle. Here SA, this distance is equal to, consider YZ, this line 6 kilometer, and up to here it becomes 9 meter, because PQ is 9 meter and YZ is 6 meter, right? So therefore, so SA becomes 3 meter. And also from F to N, it is 3 meter. Therefore, SX also becomes 3 meter. Right? So in this right angle triangle, SAX, so two sides are 3 meter and 3 meter. So the shortest distance for Vinay is, so XA by Pythagoras theorem. So root of XXS square plus AS square. So square root of 3 square plus 3 square, which is root of 18, or root of 9 into 2, which is 3 root 2, right? So 3 root 2 meter is the shortest distance for Vinay. Therefore, so the question is, what distance does he cover while moving from final to initial point? So he covered 3 root 2 meters of distance while he covered, that means from final to initial point, right? Therefore, 3 root 2, option B is the right answer. Question 88. In which direction is point X with respect to point G? So with respect to point G, point X is to the east direction, right? To the east direction. Therefore, option C is the right answer. So if you want to practice all the questions from this paper and many more entrance exam question papers, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 89. If in the word drinking, all the consonants are first arranged alphabetically and then all the vowels are arranged alphabetically, and then all the vowels are replaced with the next letters and all the consonants are replaced with the previous letters from the English alphabet, which letter will be third from the right end? Here the given word is drinking. So we'll write DRINKING, right? So here vowels are I and I. These two are vowels, whereas consonants are D, R, N, K, N, again N, and G. These are consonants. So if all the consonants are first arranged alphabetically, so when arranged alphabetically, so first consonants are arranged alphabetically. So the first consonant is D. Next comes G, right? So next comes K. So after that N and N, right? Next R, right? Then all the vowels are arranged alphabetically. So there are only two vowels, same vowels, I and I, right? And the next one, next part. So then all the vowels are replaced with the next letters. So replaced letters are so vowels are replaced with the next letter. So next letter to I is J, right? And all the consonants are replaced with the previous letters. So previous letter to D is C, previous letter to G is F, to K it is J, to N it is M, again M, and to R it is Q, right? So the new word or the new letters are C, F, J, M, M, Q, J, J. Here the question is, which letter will be third from the right end? So from the right end, third letter is Q, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Questions from 90 to 94 are based on the below information. Here direction is, study the following information carefully and answer the questions given below. 8 people, Amit, Ajay, Pawan, Suraj, Swati, Aditi, Anjali and Ayushi are traveling to different cities: Chile, India, England, Japan, France, Spain, Kenya, and Germany, but not necessarily in the same order. They also have bank accounts in different banks, namely HSBC, ICICI, South Indian, Canara, SBI, HDFC, BOB, and Deutsche Bank, but not necessarily in the same order. Here, the person who is traveling to Kenya has a bank account in SBI. So consider these informations one by one. Here, so we'll consider their names first, right? So Amit, Ajay, Pawan. So persons are Amit, Ajay, Pawan, Suraj, Swati, Aditi, Anjali, and Ayushi. Aditi, Anjali, and Ayushi. Right? Now, and their respective banks. So they have banks in accounts in different banks. So banks. So each person is traveling to different countries, and countries they are traveling, right? Here the first point as we'll consider Swati is traveling to Chile and has a bank account in HDFC. Whereas the first point, person who is traveling to Kenya has a bank account in SBI. So we don't know who is that person traveling to Kenya. So we'll consider this point later. And Swati is traveling to Chile has a bank account in HDFC. So consider Swati traveling to Chile has a bank account in HDFC. Right? And the next point, Pawan who is traveling to Germany. So Pawan is traveling to Germany, and has a bank account neither in Bank of Baroda, BOB, nor in Deutsche Bank. So Bank of Baroda and Deutsche Bank. So Pawan is not having accounts in these two banks, right? So we'll consider Pawan not having accounts in these two banks, right? And the next point, Anjali bank account is in South Indian Bank. So Anjali's bank account is in South Indian Bank. We'll consider here South Indian Bank. And the next point is Ayushi is traveling to France. So Ayushi at last, so traveling to France. And the next point is has a bank account in ICICI Bank. So Ayushi's bank account is in ICICI, right? And Amit, who is traveling to Japan, has a bank account neither in Canada nor in Deutsche Bank. So Amit is traveling to Japan. So Amit's account is not in, so which are the banks? Not in Canada and Deutsche Bank. So we'll consider here. So Amit's account is not in Canada and Deutsche Bank. Right? Then neither Suraj nor Aditi is traveling to Kenya. So here, those who are not traveling to Kenya, so Suraj and Aditi, they are not traveling to Kenya. We'll consider this point later, this one. And Suraj who is traveling to Spain. So Suraj is traveling to Spain. And doesn't have bank account in Deutsche Bank. So even Suraj doesn't have bank account in Deutsche Bank. So not in Deutsche Bank. Right. Next one. Aditi is traveling to India. So Aditi is traveling to India. And Amit has a bank account in HSBC Bank. So the first person has bank account in HSBC Bank. Right. So now consider the first point here. First point. So the person who is traveling to Kenya has a bank account in SBI. So who is traveling to Kenya here? So consider only countries, only Ajay and Anjali are the remaining persons here. So here it is given that Anjali, so Anjali's and Ajay's countries, those who are not traveling to Kenya. Here only Suraj and Aditi are not traveling to Kenya. Suraj and Aditi. Already their countries are given, Spain and India. Right. Then who is traveling to Kenya then? So person who is traveling to Kenya has a bank account in SBI. So consider their banks. Here, consider their banks. So the remaining persons are Ajay and Aditi. Anjali, not Aditi. Ajay and Anjali. So already Anjali has an account in South Indian Bank. Therefore, Ajay is traveling to Kenya. Ajay is traveling to Kenya and has a bank account in SBI. So SBI. Right? And the remaining country is, so which is the remaining country? So here Spain, Kenya, Germany got over. So England is the remaining country. Therefore, Anjali is traveling to England. right? So all countries got over. Now focus on their banks. Here, those who are not having account in Deutsche Bank. So here, Suraj doesn't have any account in Deutsche Bank. Suraj, Pawan and Amit, they do not have any account in Deutsche Bank, right? Suraj, Pawan and Amit. So avoid Suraj, Pawan and Amit. Amit, Pawan and Suraj. So who is the remaining person who doesn't have bank account here? So Aditi. Therefore, Aditi has bank account in Deutsche Bank, right? So Deutsche Bank. Next, the remaining persons are Pawan and Suraj. So it is given that, so Pawan doesn't have account in Bank of Baroda, right? So Suraj has account in BOB. And Pawan's bank is, the remaining bank is here. Look at the banks names: HSBC, ICICI, South Indian, Canara. Yes, the remaining bank is Canara Bank. Therefore, Pawan has account in Canara Bank. Right? Here the question is, the person who has an account in Deutsche Bank is traveling to which country? So the person who has Deutsche Bank account is Aditi. So she is traveling to India, right? Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 91. The person who went to Spain has an account in which bank? So the person who went to Spain is Suraj, has an account in BOB, Bank of Baroda. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 92. Which person is traveling to England? Here, Anjali is traveling to England, right? Option B is the right answer. Question 93. Which of the following combination is correct? Here, Aditi, India, BOB. So, Aditi is traveling to India, but Aditi is not having account in BAB. So, which is not correct. Suraj, Germany, HDFC. So, Suraj is not traveling to Germany and not having account in HDFC. So, which is wrong. So, Aditi, India, Deutsche. Here, Aditi is traveling to India and Deutsche Bank. So, option C is the right answer. Whereas, Ayushi, Kenya, ICICI. Ayushi has account in ICICI but not traveling to Kenya. So, which is wrong. And Amit, Japan, SBI. So, Amit is traveling to Japan but not having account in SBI. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question 94. Who has an account in Canara Bank? Here, Pawan has an account in Canara Bank, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 95. Form a four-letter meaningful word using the first, sixth, seventh, and ninth letter of the given word. Teleprompter. The second last letter of the word will be the answer. If more than one four-letter word can be formed using the given letters, then mark X as the answer. And no such words can be formed, then mark Y as the answer. Here, the given word is teleprompter. TELEPRO. MPTER, right? Here, using first, sixth, seventh, and ninth, first letter is T, sixth letter is R, then seventh is O, and ninth letter is P. So, using these four letters, so can we form a meaningful word here? Yes, we can form meaningful word PORT, port, right? Only one word can, meaningful word can be formed. Right? Here the answer is the second last letter of the word. So second last letter means last but one word, which is R, right? So second last letter is R, right? Therefore, Option B is the right answer. So only one meaningful word can be formed. Therefore, second last letter is the answer, which is R. Questions from 96 to 100 are based on the below information. Here direction is, study the following information to answer the given questions. 12 persons are sitting in a parallel row such that 6 persons sit in each row. Persons in row 1 face south and persons in row 2 face north. Here, Akshay, Viraj, Sunny, John, Sumit and Dhruv sit in row 1 while Sam, Maddie, Ravi, Ankit, Bunny and Shikha in row 2. So consider row 1 and row 2. Right? So in row 1, 6 persons are sitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all are facing south, which is row 1. Whereas in row 2, 6 persons are facing north. Right? 6 are facing north. Then here the first point is, Dhruv sits third to the right of 1, who sits opposite to Shikha. So Dhruv is the third person to the right of one person. That means, so consider row 1 because Dhruv is sitting in row 1. So who is third to the right of 1? So if we consider Dhruv here, who is third person to the right of the last person here in row 1. So if you consider first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth persons in each row, right? So Dhruv is third to the right of sixth person in row 1, right? And the sixth person is opposite to Shikha. Therefore, Shikha is the sixth person in row 2, right? And the next point here, one person sits between Dhruv and Akshay. So one person sits between Dhruv and Akshay. So this Akshay can be to the left of Dhruv or to the right of Dhruv, right? And also there is a change in the position of Dhruv also. Therefore, we have another case for the position of Dhruv. We'll consider another case here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons are sitting in row 1 and Dhruv is the third person to the right of 1. So if you consider Dhruv here, and that person, fifth person, is the one person opposite to him, Shikha is sitting, right? And remaining will be same. And one person between Dhruv and Akshay. Come back to case 1 here. So in case 1, let us consider Akshay is sitting to the right of Dhruv. Since Dhruv is facing south, to the right of Dhruv means here the first person is Akshay. And we have another case where Akshay is sitting to the left of Dhruv, right? So we'll consider another case where Dhruv is sitting here to the left of Dhruv. So Akshay is sitting and one person between Dhruv and Akshay. So 6 persons here, right? And in row 2, so Shikha is the 6th person, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 cases here, right? So in first case, Dhruv is sitting to the third position, to the right of the one. Opposite to him, Shikha is sitting and Akshay is sitting to the right of Dhruv, right? And in the second case, so the position of Dhruv changes, right? So, and the conditions are satisfied in each case. Also in the third case. So come to the next point here. Dhruv does not sit at any end. So this condition is satisfied. So in 3 cases, Dhruv is not sitting at any extreme end. Next, Sumit sits opposite to Bunny. 3 persons sit between Bunny and Ankit, and Bunny does not sit at any extreme end. Here, Bunny is sitting in row 2. Consider only row 2. Here, Bunny is not sitting at any extreme end, and 3 persons between Bunny and Ankit. We'll consider Bunny and Ankit. So in row 2, since Bunny is not sitting at any extreme end, we'll consider Bunny here in the 5th position and 3 persons between Bunny and Ankit. So Ankit is the first person in row 2. So that 3 persons between Bunny and Ankit, right? So, and one more condition is Sumit sits opposite to Bunny. So opposite to Bunny, Sumit is sitting, right, in row 1. So whereas in case 2, so since Bunny is not sitting at any extreme end, so if you consider Bunny is sitting somewhere here, 4th position or in the 2nd position, so 3 persons cannot accommodate between Bunny and Ankit, right? If you consider Bunny here, so in that case, we can consider Ankit's place in the 6th position, right? Then only the condition will get satisfied. And opposite to Bunny, who is sitting, Sumit is sitting. So in case 2, opposite to Bunny, Dhruv is already sitting. Therefore, case 2 is cancelled. Because opposite to Bunny, Dhruv is already sitting. And consider case 2. Case 3. So consider Bunny is sitting in the 5th position and Ankit in the 1st position, right? 3 persons between Bunny and Ankit. So one condition is satisfied and Bunny is not sitting at the extreme end. The second condition is satisfied, but opposite to Bunny, Akshay is sitting. So according to the given information, Sumit is sitting opposite to Bunny. So case 3 is also cancelled, right? So consider only case 1, the first case, where all the conditions got satisfied. So here, Viraj sits opposite to Sam, who is not adjacent to Bunny. So Sam is not adjacent to Bunny, right? So Sam has to sit in the 2nd position so that Viraj is sitting opposite to Sam, right? And the next point is, Sunny does not sit at any extreme end or opposite to Maddie. Here, Sunny is not sitting at any extreme end. Here in row 1, Sunny is sitting. So the remaining place for Sunny is 4th place. So he is not sitting at any extreme end, but he is not sitting opposite to Maddie, right? Therefore, Maddie's place is 3rd place, right? And who is the remaining person in row 2? Ravi is the remaining person in row 2. Therefore, Ravi is the 4th person in row 2 because Maddie is not opposite to Sunny, right? Because of this condition. So here the question is, who sits opposite to the right of Sunny? Since Sunny is facing south, so to the right of Sunny means this direction. So who sits second to the right? Here, Viraj sits second to the right of Sunny. Therefore, option A is the answer. Question 97. Find the odd one out. Here, person Akshay is sitting at the extreme end of row 1, right? So, whereas John also sitting at the extreme end of row 1. So, whereas Ankit sitting at the extreme end, Dhruv is sitting in the 3rd position of row 1, right? So whereas Shikha is also sitting at the extreme end of row 2, right? So except Dhruv. So Dhruv is the 3rd person in row 1. So whereas all are sitting at the extreme ends, right? Therefore, Dhruv is the odd one. Option D is the answer. Question 98. Who sits opposite to Sunny? So opposite to Sunny, Ravi is sitting. Therefore, option E is the right answer. Question 99. How many persons sit between Akshay and John in the same row? Here, between Akshay and John, there are 4 persons sitting. Viraj, Dhruv, Sunny and Sumit. Therefore, 4. Option C is the right answer. Question 100. Who among the following sits immediate left of Ravi? So, immediate left of Ravi, Maddie is sitting. Therefore, Maddie, option B is the right answer. With this, I am completing this paper. So if you want to practice all the questions from this paper and many more question papers on IBPS probationary officers exam, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. I wish you a very best of luck for your future exams.